Bloody hell, that felt good.
There she is. How you
Hi.
doing? Hiya.
Oh, God.
Right, you ready to rumble?
Let's go.
I know, I can concentrate. I was tap dancing there for about the last hour.
What's the dad dancing doing?
Okay, right. I like that question, David. Cheers for that one. Next one. Owen Harries. How you doing, Owen? Ooh, what a glorious
Hi.
treat. Bruce, you may choose to not air said intro. MFAnaL variations of MF. Huh? I don't get that bit. Anyway, to Bruce, have you sampled any of the Welsh whiskey I sent you from Penderyn? Yes, mate. I've not sampled it, but I've brought it with me because I thought we'd be getting on it. In fact, bugger it, Mark, I'm already a bottle in. Do you mind if I
Knock yourself out, mate.
excuse me, bear with me 2 seconds. Let me just we're getting a load of work done.
Is that a pint? Are you having a pint, are you?
No, we're getting a load of work done to the house and garden. Mind you, the garden's done now. We're getting a load of work done to the house, and as such, there's a load of stuff piled against the cabinet where all my whiskey glasses are, so I can't get in them.
Okay.
So I've had to use my old job mug. There we go.
All right.
That used to be me, PC2491SO.
PC knobhead.
So, a PC knobhead. Right, there we go. A little bit of the old Pinder. This is, which whiskey is this? Adelphi selection. Look at that. Smells amazing, Owen, I've got to say. Let me try this. Excuse me. Sweet. That's nice. It's got a lovely aftertaste. Do you like your whiskey?
Me?
Yeah.
No. In a word.
Oh, wow.
No, it's not. No. I don't really drink much.
That is really sweet. That's got like a lovely sweet, almost cherry type. Does this go in cherry casks? Because it's got a really nice sweet aftertaste to it. I like that. Genuinely, I like that. Have you, very nice.
Have you tried the whiskey from Two Bob Rocket? Is it Gordon?
Gordon.
Yeah. Have you tried that? Yeah.
No. I have 32 bottles of whiskey downstairs, unopened. So
you're joking?
No, I've got to work my way through. It's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ. You'll lose your liver.
Folk keep buying me bottles of whiskey, like on tours, and people just send me a bottle, which is awesome. It's fantastic. But I don't often drink whiskey. You know, it's like my father-in-law's down. He's a big into his whiskey. So we'll crack a bottle open. Special occasion, might crack a bottle open. But I don't often just sit and have a nip at night, you know, it doesn't often happen. So they just sit there until something happens, and then you crack open a bottle or two. Yeah. But yeah, my wife has, I think, she's got over 80 bottles of gin, and I've got 32 bottles of whiskey. Party at our house, basically.
I got a bottle of gin from work, and I just passed it over to my neighbour.
Did you?
He drunk it in the same night.
Gin's so easy to drink, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah. I kind of like if it's alcohol and it's got to taste nice. So you obviously know because you bought me quite a few, but Southern Comfort is what I drink, Desperados or any fruity type cider.
So highbrow. You're so highbrow.
But actually, funny you should say that. I don't drink lager. You see, Desperados is obviously it's mixed with other things, but at the ABR I was drinking lager, and I've never drank lager. And I might put it down to because I don't have sugar in my drinks now. So obviously coffee's quite bitter, isn't it?
Mark.
You know what I mean?
There is nothing more boring than a reformed fatty. For people that don't know what we're talking about, Mark used to be a bit chunky. Nowhere near this. But he was chunky and he's lost a load of weight. Now thinks he's body beautiful. And, you know.
I am though. I am body beautiful. Is that beauty's in the eye of the beholder?
I need to go to your opticians. Anyway, Owen also says, Mark from near Leeds, your top box dividers, I am seriously interested in collaborating with you on a current project. I cannot reveal what bike yet, but here is a hint. A bike, debatable, wheels too small, engine and drive system too fragile, and it's an Italian retro. It's got to be a Vespa or something, isn't it? What's that?
No idea.
Round the world, therefore, will require plenty of carriage solutions from dividers, panniers, front, mid, and rear carry system. MFL may be able to assist.
90, under 90. Did he say Italian? Did he say Italian?
Yeah, he said Italian.
It's a Vespa or a Lambretta in it.
Yeah,
Got to be.
Would be another YouTube section segment on our channels. By the way, Bruce, you planted the seed a few years ago when I was in a difficult period of my life, and I've chosen to circulate the globe on a bike that makes me happy. Keep up the great work, fellas. I'm a follower on both of your channels. Owen,
thank you.
Fantastic, mate.
Thank you,
Get
Owen.
out there, do it. Can't wait to follow your adventure, bud.
Drop me a message, Owen. Let me see what I can do for you.
There you go.
All right, cool, man. Cool, man.
Awesome. Right, I am 50 now this year. Good man. Never too old, mate. It's never too late. You're never too old. Go for it. 50's bloody hell. 50. I mean, fucking hell, we're knocking on 50 as it is, so that's not old. Don't worry about it.
I don't feel 45, to be honest. I still feel like I feel better now than I did when I was in my 20s.
Oh, I definitely don't.
The one thing I can't do though is which I've learned that I used to grind the overtime out, like you used to, Bruce. You know what I mean? Just work every hour God sent. We talked about this before, but it's damn near killed me to get to work for 7 o'clock on the morning. You know what I mean? And I tried last week to get to work at 6 o'clock in the morning and failed. So I thought, right, I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing it. I've spent decades of my life, probably best part of 30 years of my life, I've survived on, an hour, 2 hours of kip a night. And I was fine, absolutely fine on it. Never felt like I needed any more. Now, God, I need at least 6 or 7 hours of kip. Otherwise, I feel like utter dirt the next day. Really notice it.
Yeah, I could do 6 hours. I'm all right. I can go to bed at midnight and wake up at 6, and my day will be absolutely fine. You know what I mean? No issues.
Do you have a wee siesta though? I find a nice little power kip, 20-minute power kip at some point through the day. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. No,
I don't. I suppose you've got obviously the benefit of working from home and being self-employed that you can do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's quite worrying when you're sat in your own little office at home editing your own videos, and they put you to sleep. That happens quite frequently. I just wake up and I've fallen asleep in my seat in front of the computer. Like, oh, good. This is a good sign.
It's like another one of your like mammoth riding wherever on the bike in a short space of time. You know what I mean?
And then what?
You stop, take key off.
Yeah.
Do silly trips that you do, and then it takes you a week to get over it because you're an old knacker.
It's things like that, mate. Like I just don't bounce back like I used to now. It really does take it out of you. I finish a tour, pardon me, and I'm knackered for a good few days.
I bet you are.
And I'm not even leading. Simon does the heavy graft. Simon Weir, he's the one that leads the tour. And that is really tiring, like that is mentally exhausting at the end, because you're just like, oh God, right, okay. Thankfully, we're back. Everyone survived. We're back. And it is just tiring doing that because you're always concentrating. But anyway, there's plenty of more difficult, like I was saying with Kate, there's plenty of more difficult ways to earn a living, isn't there? There's people are digging holes for a living and shoveling shit and all sorts.
Brilliant podcast that as well. Brilliant it was.
Yeah, it's good last Kate, isn't she? She's
class.
Dead switched on. Yeah,
brilliant.
Absolutely.
She's brilliant.
It's nice to see,
brilliant.
like, because she was on 2 or 3 years ago, she was on the pod. And it's really good to get her on again and see how she's grown in confidence. She's much more confident about her. Certainly seemed to be anyway, much more confident about herself and how she holds herself and what she's doing with things. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah. She's gonna soar by 100k. Soar by it.
Yeah, she's good. She's very good.
Andy is the next one. Said, good evening, gents. A couple of questions to give you a break from the abuse. Mark, what
Andy
difference...
which Andy is it?
Just says Andy. I don't know which one it is.
Oh, right, okay.
Andy.
Hello,
Andy. Let me see if there's... Bear with us, folks. Let me see. No. That's the really annoying thing with this Patreon. Like, unless I go into the... Oh, you bugger, it's disappeared. Unless I go into the back end and,
That's my job.
Exactly. Try and find what email is associated with that username. There's no way of finding out what Andy it is. So sorry,
okay.
Andy, but yeah, I don't know. What was the question? Andy, good evening, gents. A couple of questions, give you a break from abuse. Mark, what difference has becoming a YouTuber made to you, and what has made you most proud? That's a good question. That's a really good question.
What difference?
What's it made to your life, to you?
What's YouTube made to my life? Well, I don't know. It is quite funny when I do get recognised. I went to Peter K and I got recognised.
Really?
When I went to Manchester, yeah. So a guy two rows back. Well, I do know him, Andy Gustard. It's one of my mates. One of my mates that I do off-roading with, who lives up in North East. He knows Pete English, and
right.
Well, he actually started following me, asking me about the trails up in, on the North Yorkshire moors and stuff like that. And just says I don't know the route. I go with my friend Pete English, and he knew Pete. He used to go to school with Pete.
Oh wow.
Well, Andy was there at the same time, so getting recognised is cool. To be honest, it is cool. You know what I mean? So I suppose that's difference. What was your part of the question?
Mate, I get people coming up to me asking, "Is MarkAnal with you, or is Mark from Leeds with you?"
I hope they don't say MarkAnal. I hope they say Mark from Leeds. You know
no.
I mean?
Some people do say MarkAnal. Genuinely, God's honest. Some people do say, but yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, is Mark from Leeds with you? Is Dale with you? Where's Matt?" All this, all the usual people that end up in the vids. Yeah. Is Pete around?
Like that when, I particularly like that when you're up in Scotland and the car park attendant says, "Is Matt from Leeds with you?" It's like, get away, Yeti. Is Matt from Leeds with you?
we saw him on the last two we've actually seen him, but the last one we did, he was there all round Skye. He was doing all the parking all round Skye. So it's good lad.
The universe is saying that I need to go with you one day, don't I?
How do you mean go with me?
Not like that. Not like that. You can't handle me. You need to sponsor me, don't you?
Sponsor you?
Yeah.
Like for what?
You take me with you. I'm the mascot. Just imagine that. Just imagine how good that would be.
Well, having you there all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How great would that be?
Yeah.
How great would that be?
Yeah. I've got to go and grate my bollocks. I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm busy that day, washing my hair.
I could grate those bollocks of yours.
You do.
Go on, what was the other part of the question?
What has made you most proud?
My kids. My kids, quite simply. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And my wife as well. I'm proud of my wife.
In what sense?
So, well, she's a school teacher. You know what I mean? She's totally brilliant and dedicated towards a job. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of her. I'm proud that she's stuck with me for all these years. So particularly proud of my kids. My kids are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They're my everything. You know what I mean?
Good man.
So yeah, Amy might come down in a bit. I said to her, "Come down and come and say hello." You know what I mean? She's my little sidekick as well when we go out on bikes. So yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, it looks like you've got a good relationship with your kids, man. It really does.
Yeah, I do. To be fair, it's not difficult neither. You know what I mean? Daniel's so chill though. He's such a chill human being. You know what I mean? Don't get ruffled about anything, and he's so clever. He's such an intelligent lad.
My boy just seems to be, without going into details, seems to have a weird phase. He's 26, 27 now. And, I always thought I had a really good relationship with my son. We could chat about anything, but he just seems to have gone real distant now. And, it's like trying to track him down and get him to answer the phone or reply to a message. Jeez, it's hard work. But then my dad just says, well, you were like that. As you become a man, you develop your own life, don't you? And what feels like a couple of days to you when you're busy and doing stuff can be weeks, can be months in between stuff. And I'm like, well, was I like that? I don't remember being like that, but he says I was. Anyway,
right.
This week, we are supported by Ultimate Add-ons. Ultimate Add-ons are the premium manufacturer of mobile phone and action camera mounting solutions for motorcycles. With a kit, you know all the blurb. I read this out every week, folks. Folks, Ultimate Add-ons, they make phone cases, action camera mounts, loads of things like that. Auxiliary battery charger, charging ports that you put into the power points in your bike. They do all this sort of stuff. They're phone cases, they're shockproof, they're waterproof, they're dustproof. They mean that you can still use the phone as a phone, you can still use the camera on your phone, everything like that. They don't get affected by any vibration from your bike. They're great bits of kit. I've been using them since about 2018. I've had them on all of my bikes. Whenever I take a bike out to do a review, it's always an Ultimate Add-ons case that is on there, and I use that teamed up with Kali Moto as my navigation when I'm riding. No issues at all with any of the cameras on any of my phones since like 2018, maybe even 2017. Great bits of kit, folks. If you head to ultimateaddons.com and you use the code TeapotOne, all one word, all written out, TeapotOne, with the number 10, TeapotOne 10, then you can get 10% off. So a huge thanks to Ultimate Add-ons for their ongoing and continued support. And he also says, Bruce, how do you know the difference between a disciple and a minion? But seriously, what advice can you give to someone who is at the beginning of their journey into the world that you're in? Have a good one, gents. What advice can I give? I said it earlier on, didn't I, Mark? I said,
yeah, you did.
Just be you, like make as Richie Vida says, make the content you want to make, and just stick with it. You're not gonna, unless you have a complete fluke, you're not gonna be like a superstar, if you like, with the first vid you put out. With the first vid you put out, you might get a view, you know what I mean? Like your folks or your family might watch it or your friends might watch it. But it takes a while, it genuinely takes quite a while to build up any sort of following, any sort of community, unless you are shit hot at what you do and you manage to create content that triggers that algorithm that gets people's attention and it does it straight away. Fantastic. If you can do that, great. Good luck in the biking sector. But
it's so small, isn't it? The market is so it's so small. It's so small. Yeah,
it's a real niche subject within a very niche environment.
Yeah. Because I know we've probably spoke about this before, but Matt Armstrong, have you seen any of his stuff? And obviously Colin Furze, he's, them guys are they're doing something and they're doing something brilliantly well. And it's obviously the car industry, isn't it? It's mega. It's probably the biggest entity of vehicle transport thing on the planet, isn't it? But what they're doing is just really good, really brilliant.
But then, okay, they've got a much bigger niche, but then there's also a much larger volume of competition to shine amongst. Like to get to the top in the automotive industry, as in the car industry, you really have to be shit hot because there's so many other people out there doing stuff. And these days, the quality of content that's being produced is right up there. Like back in the day, 14 years ago when I started this, we were 720, it was 720 resolution. It wasn't even 1080 back then. It was 720. Nobody had lav mics. Nobody had, comms. No one had any of that stuff when I first started doing YouTube. It's like, I haven't got them here because my whole office has been packed up. You can see it's all bare behind me. This is just a white room at the moment. But I've got the first ever GoPro. I've got, Hero 1, Hero 2, Hero 3 Plus. Did I have the 5? No, I didn't have the 5. I had the 7, the 9, the 10, the 11.
Yeah. You had the 7. It's here. You had the 7.
I had quite a few 7s, quite a few. And I had the Sessions as well. I bought the Session 4 and 5. Yeah. And, but back in the day, to bring it up, when I did the world trip, I think I had a Hero 2. I had the GoPro Hero 2 which was
an hour and a half in. You've only mentioned, wow. That's
I had the Hero 2. And I bought the Hero 3 Plus when I got to Australia. I bought it in duty free in Australia because the Hero 2 was so shit. The audio just constantly failed on me. Constantly failed. So, back in those days, the expectation of the content that he produced wasn't particularly high. Whereas these days, everyone's got access to wireless mics and 4K resolution action cameras now. Your phone, your bloody phone, you can make Hollywood films on your phone now. It's nuts, isn't it? Crazy. Yeah. So I think the competition these days is much, much higher. So I'd just say don't get into it unless you really, really know what you're doing and you're invested in it and, you're going all in. If you're going all in, then go for it, and you're going to expect the maximum amount of growth in as short a period as possible. And in order to do that, whatever niche you're going into, you're going to have to research to see what content is going to get the big views. Bike World, it's going to be bike reviews. I would suggest short, punchy content because people have got the attention spans and that's at the moment. And you don't have a community behind you yet who will invest 10, 15, 20 minutes of their day into watching one of your vids. So to begin with, you need that short, punchy content or content that is just so good, whether it's in production quality or content or a mixture of both, that it grabs people and it brings them in.
But I think your world trip, obviously, you'd probably wish to repeat that and have all the good cameras and stuff like that. But that's how I first found you, is through that trip. I thought, why is this lunatic riding, a jigsaw around the world? But I still think that's great. I still think that's great what you did with that series. You know what I mean? Well, with that documentation of what you were doing in your life at that time. And it's funny because I found Baron von Grumble off the back of that. Oh yeah. So obviously the algorithm led me over to him, and I thought, why is this dickhead riding a jigsaw down a green lane? I thought, what's this lunatic on about? And I thought, who'd have thought that he'd be as big as what he is? You know what I mean? So, but he's a character as well. He's
Chris.
He's a proper,
Baron von Grumble's part of the reason I got into YouTube. Chris is probably the main reason that I thought, right, okay, I'll start documenting this, because I was watching Baron, when he used to commute in and out of work. I was watching that on YouTube at that point and just thought, well, I'm going to do this trip. Why can't I do this? And I was trying to raise money for charity anyway, and I wanted to produce some good content. I wanted to produce a nice record of what I was doing for my boy and my family. So, I just thought, well, why don't I just do that for the trip? Because people weren't doing that really at that point. There was a few things out there, like Austin Vince. He'd done Mondo Enduro and Terra Circa. There was that. Nick Sanders.
Yeah.
It was all after the event. It wasn't like documenting it as they went at that point. People would do something, and then when they finished it, they would create like a DVD, and people would buy a DVD of it.
Yeah.
But no one was really documenting it as they went at that point. Whereas now everyone's doing it, and people are making really good quality content now. So, I can't remember what the actual question was. See, what advice can you give? Well, I mean, you are effectively, you're closer to the start of the journey than I am. So what advice would you give?
I'd probably just echo what we've been talking about most of the night, is just make the content you want to make, and don't feel obligated to, spend your life trying to do it. You know what I mean? Do it when it fits around what you want to do. And if you don't enjoy it, don't do it. And you got to be prepared to sit in front of the computer for hours and hours and hours editing just to get 100 views. So I'm quite fortunate. I get a number of views which I'm happy with. Per amount of subscribers. You know what I mean? 925 subscribers, get 300 views on a video, or I might get 1,500 views on a video.
That's brilliant.
I think I got 12,000 views on that KTM video when I rode Dakar Steve's KTM, 12,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
You know, should I trade my GSA for a KTM?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a bit of clickbait. You know what I mean? But you know, at the time it was a consideration. Yeah. But at the time it was consideration. You know what I mean? I don't go into the clickbait because sometimes I often struggle to find a title for the video. so if I'm on TeapotOne Clan Patreon weekend, I'm on Clan Patreon weekend in Dundee, or you know, or like the first episode was a long ride up to Dundee.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying though. If you want to grow, like if you have your sights set on growing and you want to grow within that niche, you have to embrace clickbait, but it's a delicate tightrope because the clickbait, it has to have something to do with the vid for two reasons. One, if the viewer clicks on that thumbnail and watches that vid because they think they're getting something that is represented by that title and thumbnail. If that isn't actually a fair representation of what the content of the vid is, they're just going to tune off. So they'll watch 5-10 seconds of it. Oh, fucking bored of this. And they go somewhere else. That's going to hammer you in watch time in your analytics. YouTube will just go, well, we sent this out to, let's say, 10 people, and 9 of them have watched 5 or 10 seconds and then fucked off. Okay, this vid is shit. We're not going to put it out to anybody else. So they just won't, including your own community, whatever subs you've got. They just, the vid's dead. It's gone. It's gone now. Just forget it. The second part of that is, well, exactly what I just said. YouTube itself, the algorithm will read into that and go, well, that, because it will watch the vid. It knows what's in your vid because it's using AI to physically see what's in the vid and listen to the audio. So it knows, it's got a real good idea what the content is. And if that isn't matching up with your title and your keywords and your description and your thumbnail, it'll go, that's clickbait, gone. So it's just not worth doing. It's just not worth doing.
No,
but you have to do it to an extent because you've got to appeal to people amongst all that sea of all this other stuff.
Yeah.
You've got to be that bright pink flashing life jacket, life raft in the sea of all the other thumbnails. You know, you have to appeal. Good luck.
I know, yeah.
We're also supported by the Influencer Store. The Influencer Store helps you build your brand big or small, providing you with a solution and apparel. We help you to increase your fan base while supporting you with starting your own influencer clothing line with nothing more than just an idea or design, and there are no hidden costs. For more info, come check us out at theinfluencerstore.co.uk or drop us an email at online@influencerstore.co.uk for more information. Now, the Influencer Store, they do all my merch over at TeapotOne and for Brewtime. So if you head to TeapotOne.com or theinfluencerstore.co.uk, go to the TeapotOne section. If you buy any of my merch, you're helping to support the channel and the podcast. So a huge thank you from me to you in advance, and a big thanks to the Influencer Store for their ongoing support. Now, a big shout out to all of you, everybody who's listening or watching the podcast. When you like the vids, when you share, if you comment, if you leave a rating on the audio podcast, either on Spotify or on Apple Podcast or whatever platform you're listening to, wherever it is, if you rate the podcast, if you share it with people, you really do help to build the audience, to get it picked up by algorithms and get it promoted out there. So a huge thank you from me. You've helped build this podcast to one of the top 5 motorcycle podcasts out there. And those of you over in the clan on Patreon, so it's patreon.com/TeapotOne, you are a special, special bunch of people. I could not do this full time without your help. So a huge, huge heartfelt thank you from me. If you fancy checking that out, folks, if you fancy being part of the clan and coming on some of the weekend rides that we do, then head to patreon.com/TeapotOne and see if there's anything that takes your fancy. Let's get back to the podcast. Okay, next one, Debbie Clegg. Hiya, Bruce and MFnL. Question to Mark. How versatile are your top box dividers? Could they be adapted as fridge shelf dividers, especially for stacking certain beverages for Brewtime episodes? Good point.
Yeah, there could be.
We've got another market there, Mark.
Yeah, there could be. Yeah, I'd have to get some measurements off you, Debbie.
How would you do that? You'd have to go into. Do you still get Comet? Does Comet still exist?
Comet Currys.
Is it
Where have you been?
Curry's?
Where have you been for the last 20 years?
Yeah, I buy everything on Amazon. I haven't got a clue. I'm probably the reason there is no Comet because I don't shop
Yeah,
anymore.
exactly.
I just get it
like
online.
most of people. Like most of people.
Or Curry's.
Yeah.
You just have to go to Curry's and just get your tape measure out in the fridge department.
Yeah. So yeah, they're obviously they're not adaptable, but my idea is designable to things like that, or draw dividers or whatever. It's quite a simple idea. If it's got flat edges, then and it can span between a slotted rail. Yeah, I can do it.
He's taken a far too sensible and practical approach to this, hasn't he, people? Mark, do you do bespoke work for your dividers?
Well, they're all bespoke, aren't they? They're bespoke for each box because none of the
go on.
None of them are the same. You see, none of them are the same.
How do you mean?
None of the boxes are the same.
They must be.
The internals.
Yeah.
So a Jivvy 58-litre box is not the same as a 42-litre.
No, but it's the same as another Jivvy 58-litre box.
Oh, no.
So once you've measured up. Right.
Yeah, but it's bespoke to that box. So 58-litre box won't fit in a Lone Rider. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I mean, like, could somebody like Debbie, could they contacted you and go, and I'm looking for some shelves or dividers for my fridge, for example. Could you do that? I have a Samsung GH5871 fridge. You know what I mean? Could you do that? Could they do that? And then you go away and make stuff for them?
I'd need the sizes. I'd basically need the dimensions, the internal dimensions. And what it is, it's quite critical that because the flex into position, just imagine if I was 2 or 3 millimeters out, you flex into position and it falls out of one side, the tab falls out of one side.
2 or 3 mil can make all the difference, Mark.
Exactly. If you'd have used those dividers that I sent you about 2 years ago, you put them in your top box, you would understand how the dividers work.
Mark, I still have the dividers and I still have the top box. The problem, like I said to you then, is that I carry everything in a top box lining bag because I have to be able to take everything out at the end of each day and take it to my hotel room. So if it's in a divider, I can't do that. Everything's loose. So I have everything in a bag. If you can make them for a bag.
I can make them for a bag.
Can you make a portable variation? So they just fit into a bag itself?
Well, that's like a box liner, isn't it? Could do, yeah.
That is bespoke.
Yeah, it's quite tricky. I can make anything. I can make anything. For example, I could make them for that cardboard box.
What you could make?
But physically, I need
dividers for that box.
I could make dividers for that box. Top box dividers.
You got there eventually. Oh wow, that took a while.
Shut up. Keep drinking your whiskey.
It's nice. I'm enjoying that. So basically, what you're saying is yes, you'll make them for Debbie's fridge.
Let's have a chat, Debbie.
There you go, Debbie. Send him a little mate. In fact, next clam meet. Oh, I don't think you
Debbie's
can make
lovely.
The next
Debbie's lovely anyway. Debbie's lovely anyway. She's really supportive. So she's great.
Yeah, Debbie and Ian, top folks.
Yeah.
And Bruce, how much scotch have you braced yourself with for this chat with the near Leeds superstar? I have a full bottle at the moment of this. Play nicely now with best wishes, obviously, from Debs and Ian. Thank you very much, Debbie. Hope you're both
Debbie.
keeping well. Simon Lewis. There we go. The nicest man in the world. Bruce, I hope you've had plenty of whiskey before you started this chat. No, but I'm cracking on now. So the questions. Bruce, which UK YouTuber annoys you the most? And what advice can you offer to this northern person? Which UK YouTuber?
Is he not making reference to me?
No. Don't think so. No. I don't think he is.
He's he's quite sarcastic, Simon. You know, he's got a right sense of humour. He's hilarious. He's hilarious. He comes out with these one-liners that, especially when we're on the biking trips and we're on the comms, and he'll just come out with something, and you're just like, for God's sake, no, that can't stay in. That can't stay in.
Do you find that I find like when editing, there's sometimes the stuff said on the comms that I haven't caught. I don't catch it at the time. But then when I'm sat at home and I'm editing, it's like, oh, that's funny. I never heard that. Especially because you can boost the audio. So I maybe just didn't hear it on the bike. Yeah. It's an interesting thing, actually. I'm going to take a serious approach to that one. YouTuber that annoys me. I suffer from jealousy quite a lot, just in life in general. You know, I find it like an ongoing battle for me, where the green-eyed monster rears its head, especially now on YouTube and stuff, where I look and I go, oh, why have they got so many views? Why is that channel doing so well? You know, and it's like this jealous monster appears, and you feel resentment towards somebody because they're having success. And then, you know, the other part of me, it's like the devil and the angel, isn't it? The other, like the angel then pops up on my shoulder and it's just like, well, you know, they're doing it right. They're obviously doing something that you're not doing, so they're doing it better than you. Figure it out, sort it out. You know, like if you want that, what you deem as success, sort it out, figure it out and do better, do a better job. But then sometimes I just look and I go, well, do you know what? Actually, I don't want to be that kind of channel. You know, for me, it's bike reviews. I don't want to be a bike review channel. That's not my thing. It's a necessity. If you're in bikes on YouTube, you kind of have to do you've got to do some bike reviews every now and then because they are what get the views. But I don't want to be a bike review channel. Do you know what I mean? So for me, it's like, well, okay. There's nobody that truly annoys me. There's a lot of people I'm jealous of, and I want their level of success that they've attained. But then I don't really want to be that type of channel. Like, prime example, I'm really good mates with Andy with TMF, Missing and Flyer. Of course, I'm really jealous of the success he has and the subscriber count that he's got. It's fantastic. It's amazing. But there's two things. I'm not Andy. You know, so I'm a different person to Andy. I've got a different attitude towards things. I have a different persona than him. And his work ethic is phenomenal. You know, like to get to where he was punting out 3 to 5 videos a week. That is phenomenal. I can't do that. I'm just not capable of producing the vids that I want to produce. I'm not capable of producing them. Plus, when Andy did it, 8 years ago now, so it's 2017 to 2019, 2020, YouTube was different. It was just different back then. It's not like that now. You know, I don't know if Andy would have the same level of success if he was starting now, but he played the game back then and got fantastic results for it. So, you know, if anything, I do kind of look at Andy and go, fair play to you, pal, because you know, you played the game and effectively won there. You smashed it out the park.
He's sort of a story of tale of two halves, isn't he? Because he's a spot-on bloke. He's a lad.
Yeah,
I've met him a couple of times. You know what I mean? He's a lad. He's a nice bloke. He knows how to conduct himself, and he's very articulate, and he's got the gift of the gab. But his content's a little bit one-dimensional for my liking. You know what I mean? He's video editing's quite basic. You know, he'll do a one camera thing, you know what I mean? But like, not blowing smoke up your ass, because I do like your content. I like the arrangement that you do, you know, the jump cuts, the audio, the B-roll, the transitions, all the acrobatic tricks of editing. But like you say, Andy's found this groove and he's not fallen out of it, has he? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But there's two things there with Andy, you know, like Andy made a conscious decision because the persona that you get on the Missenden Flyer on his YouTube channel, as we know, if you know Andy, that's not all Andy. That is a very beige, a very filtered version of who the Missenden or of who Andy is. Right, the Missenden Flyer isn't Andy. It's a restrained, filtered version of Andy,
and like he made that. Isn't he? He's like a textbook, isn't he?
But he made that decision to appeal to the biggest possible audience because he doesn't want to ostracize anybody. He doesn't want to alienate anybody within reason. And he also wanted to appeal to the corporate world. He wanted to be attractive to brands at that point when YouTube was still fairly new. And, especially in the bike world took a long time the UK bike market took a long time to embrace YouTube and social media. So he wanted to be that safe, that he was the safe place for them to go to get exposure, and he batted that out the park, didn't he? He's nailed that. Now he's definitely relaxing a little bit more, and he'll come on a podcast and he'll be Andy. The last podcast I did with him, that's Andy.
Yeah. I particularly liked when he went on Brian's midweek mumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just got chatting and he went on. And I thought, fair play to you, man.
Yeah,
that's the Andy. That's the Andy that we know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do subscribe to Andy, but I don't watch his content. I don't particularly watch it. I jump in and jump out. But it's been quite a long time since I watched any of his content.
I think in today's YouTube, if you're more organic, if you're more you can get away with being a little bit more polarizing these days. You can be a bit more
risque or whatever it is.
Yeah, a bit more of a Trump rather than a bit more of just a beige person. You can be somebody that really takes a particular line of thought, or that is their character. Bang, have that. You can get away with that a bit more than I think you probably could back in the day when Andy was doing it.
Lads' humour,
Yeah.
Lads' humour.
But then you have to be careful with that.
He drops the lads' humour in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing.
But again, you have to be careful with that these days because you can't be too laddie about stuff because then you're just being exclusive. You're not embracing, Christ. You're not embracing women. You're not embracing Jesus, the alphabet, whatever. You know what I mean? You're just you have to be
Jesus. Did you say?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? You need to be a little bit. What's the word? Cancel culture is alive and well, and especially on platforms like YouTube in particular. They're very left leaning. They're very left leaning.
Noise the hell out of me.
So you have to be careful to an extent about that.
Yeah,
to an extent. Plus, this day and age, you need to be open. I think in your attitudes anyway. Just this day and age.
You know what? I got on TikTok. I got a marker, and I had my content deleted, and it was a video of me and my lad riding e-bikes in Spain, and it says it went against the guidelines, and I thought, how the hell has that gone against the guidelines? Who's pulled that? What the hell for? So I deleted it and I re-uploaded the video and had a thing since.
Yeah, a lot of it's just AI though, isn't it?
But why is it dangerous? We're riding down a cycle path, for God's sake.
Yeah, it can be as simple as just the AI. There's something either in a visual or in audio. The AI's picked it up, so it just goes, right, okay, that's to do with that. So then, especially on YouTube, you can request a human
moderator or something like that.
Moderator. So they will sit and they will look through the vid, and then. Obviously, sometimes I've had it with some of the YouTube episodes. I've had it with some Teapot and podcast episodes. Sometimes it just flags up, so they have to watch it again. And most of the time, they'll go, yeah, it was wrong, classified wrong. Boom, it's okay. But I've had two that have come up that have been, after a human's looked at it, both podcast episodes, they've looked at it and gone, yeah, no, this isn't suitable for advertising. And it's ridiculous.
Is it not?
Yeah.
And what bits were pulled from it?
It's not that it was pulled. They just went, right, we're not going to run adverts against it, or they'll still run adverts, but you don't make any money from the adverts. They'll keep the revenue from it. That's just
But what was the content? What was the
one was I don't want to mention names. One was somebody talking about their early life where they had quite a few issues with the police. So it's to do with speeding and failing to stop with the police and going to jail.
Oh, right. Okay.
So there's a lot of conduct like that.
What podcast that was? Somebody wants to come and say hello.
Who's that?
It's my daughter, Amy. Do you want to talk to Bruce?
Hi, Amy. How you doing? How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Excellent. Are you okay with this going out on YouTube and on the podcast?
Yeah, it's whatever.
What's it like being the daughter of a YouTube superstar?
Oh, it's not that great, is it?
He thinks he is.
Yeah, I know. Massive ego.
I've got a massive ego.
Yeah.
He's a good lad. He's a good lad, is your dad. He's a good lad. Does he make you buy stickers?
No, I get them for free.
What? He doesn't give me free stickers.
You said that you don't get free stickers. He don't get free stickers.
Bruce don't get free stickers.
Yeah, but I do.
Never gives me anything free.
I'm waiting for my clan sticker, Bruce, that you promised to send me 2 years ago.
I've given you about 9 clan stickers.
He's giving you 9.
I'm giving me 9. Pass me that back. Say goodbye to Bruce.
Bye.
See you later. Cheers, Amy. Ta-ra.
I did give her a sticker as well.
I've given you loads of clan stickers. What are you talking about? I never give you. What?
No, you
hang on. Right, folks, bear with us here. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to settle this argument. Hang on. Right.
I've got your original clan sticker.
Oh, so you've got a clan sticker? Is that what you're telling me?
The very original one, sticker. Not the new one. Right.
What? So you want another one?
No, you know your tartan clan sticker that you did. Yeah. I never got one.
What, the original circle one?
No, I've got that. You know the teapot. You know the teapot one, the tartan teapot one. That's a new clan sticker, isn't it?
It's the new one, yeah. You've got the old one. Yeah, but
you said who wants one? Who wants one? And I went, I, and you never sent me one.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to cancel my subs.
Okay.
Like that donut. I'm going to give you a lot of shit like that donut did.
What's the donut?
That donut, that guy.
Oh, yeah, that bloke. Yeah. Anyway, let's not go there. Right, I think we got to the bottom of that. I don't know if I've included that or not. Basically, he's got a clan sticker, but he wants the new version.
Yeah. No, I don't. I'm not bothered.
I'm sorry, mate, because I bring clan stickers with me when we do the clan meetups. Maybe I just ignore you.
You know, I never ask you. That's the thing. I'm not needy at all. I never ask you.
Okay, so let's address this then, Mark. So you got, when you first joined, you got a clan sticker.
I did, because you were organised at that time in life.
And the clan stickers have developed over the years, and there's now a new version of that clan sticker. But you've never actually come up to me and asked me for that new version. Is that right?
I did.
And you're moaning because you haven't got
the
one?
Method. I didn't know that was a method, you see.
So how do I know you want a new clan sticker if you don't come up to me and say,
I told you ages ago.
What, when it was the old circle one that you actually had?
I wanted Lone Rider panniers. But I never got them, did I?
God, I gave you a bloody
I'll tell you what you can do. You feel guilty for selling me GoPro, didn't you? Buy it back.
I should have. No, not a chance. Should have charged you double. Whatever I charged you, I should have charged you double.
It's a bloody great camera, that. It's a bloody great camera.
It's a bag of poo.
Mate, it's a bloody great camera. The cockpit view, it's bloody great. You don't know how to use it, you see.
Oh, yeah. And anyway, right, back to Simon. He says, for Mark, what do you consider to be your most significant YouTube moment or achievement? Oh, and how much pleasure do you really get from the butt plug presented to you by Sam?
I didn't actually answer the question of which British UK YouTuber bothers me. Oh, was it not to me that?
That was to me.
I answer that question?
You can if you want.
It's your mate that annoys me. Ruby Rides.
My mate.
She's not you. She's not a YouTuber though, is she? I deleted her on Instagram.
Has she not got?
No, she doesn't do.
She's not got YouTube.
No, she disappeared for a long time, didn't she? And then she goes, "I'm back," and I thought, "Goodbye," and I deleted her from Instagram.
Yeah, she did disappear for a while. Yeah.
Prison. I bet she will get in the butt plug.
Yeah, I just. Well, no, I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Yeah, enough said. Go on. What was Simon? Best achievement on YouTube?
What do you consider to be your most significant YouTube moment or achievement?
Is that in the world of just creating content?
I'd imagine so. Yeah, your most significant YouTube moment or achievement.
I don't know. I don't think I've got a significant YouTube moment or achievement.
Well, what subs are you at now? 900 odd.
925.
925. Is 1,000 subs still like? Is that what you have to hit now to get monetized?
Yeah, and something like 4,000 watched hours, which I were up to about 3,000 watched hours, and then it rolled over into the following 365 days, and then I just lost a load, and I'm on about 1,700 hours. Okay. So I think I'm going to be playing a yo-yo game of not getting monetized if I don't put loads of content out.
Honestly, that first 1,000 is really hard to get that, unless you're just really lucky with a vid that does particularly well, and especially these days a short that does really well. Shorts can really up your subs, but they don't up your watch. You need like 10
million. That's the next marker. If you get 10 million, if you get say 1,000 subs and then 10 million watched on shorts, then you get demonetized. I don't know. I like, all my videos are an achievement. It's a pleasure to document them and just have nice memories with my friends who come with me and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah.
Okay. Is that your answer then?
That's me.
You should be a politician.
Cheers, Simon. No, I don't know. I don't really have a standout. You know what I mean?
You're much more reserved. I was expecting full on with this. You're much more reserved and much more calculated with your answers than I was expecting.
I'm chill, Bruce.
Yeah.
I'm chill.
Yeah.
I'm chill.
Okay, fair enough. Next one, Mike. Good evening, both. Greetings from the correct side of the Pennines. Hope you're well. Mark, why do you like anal so much? Is it a Yorkshire thing? I'm sorry, mate. This is entirely myself and Sam Vincent's doing. I do apologise. What's
he on about? Right side of the Pennines. There's only one. There's only one right side of the Pennines, and that's Yorkshire, mate. He must be a Lancashire hot pot then, mustn't he?
Not worried about the anal thing. It's whether he's Lancashire or Yorkshire.
I get two fairy Fs about the anal thing. It's just bringing into question what's right and wrong of the Pennines. I'm not
Yorkshire.
Having it. Now I'm getting more punchy now. Now you're seeing a different person.
You can see the blood rising. Look, he's all red now. Next one, Llama Farmer. Bruce, you poor thing. The indignity of it. Question for MFnL. How much other crap was there in your top box after the Dundee clan ride? Go on, what did they chuck in?
Oh my God, what a laugh we had. So I had an empty bottle, water bottle in there that didn't belong to me. I had the dishes that they put on the tables where you've got the sugar, the sugar, all the different types of sugar.
Condiments.
Yeah, that ended up in my top box.
Heathen.
But I didn't know it was there at the time. But there was this like keepsake that was on the table, and it was like a pebble that was painted to look like a baguette, and it was like in this little netted bag, and it had a lovely note on it saying, "If you like me, take me home with you. If you don't like me, leave me for somebody else to take." And was
this in the pub at the hotel?
No, this was on the way up. I think we was in. I don't know if it was in Helmsley or Stokesley or somewhere like that on the way up to Dundee. We stopped at this coffee shop to have coffee or drinks or whatever, and that ended up in Brian's tank bag without him knowing. And then we was like another 2-3 hours up the road, and he opened his tank bag and went, "What the hell is this?" We didn't say what the hell is this. He it
so
was
childish.
So yeah, so that's what was in my top box. It was hilarious that. I'll tell you what they did as well. So I left my helmet and my GoPro.
You had to be there.
Get stuffed. I left my helmet on the bike with my GoPro. Obviously, it was still on, but not running.
Mm-hmm.
So Brian switched it on, and they were going, "Mark from Leeds, MarkAnal," and all this. Like it's on the video. It's in the video. It's in the video. And then they changed the settings on my Cardo for the voice commands. So I'm talking, and radio started playing, and I went, "Twats, you set a twats, turn that on." You know what I mean? So it was just like a laugh a minute. It was absolutely a laugh a minute.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, honestly, well. You had to be there, mate. You had to be
Sounds
there.
it. Ben also says, secondly, where do you keep your pallet when not riding? Pallet? What do you mean pallet?
So, Chief Chips, Alex Randall.
Yeah.
He's a short ass. You know what I mean? By my standards, he's a short ass.
Vertically challenged.
Yeah, no, he's a short ass. He's got a low standard GS with a low seat, so he's a short ass. And we went to this. We were still in Yorkshire at the time, and we went to this farm shop, and we were having like coffee and cake again. And he found a pallet because it was a farmyard. He found a pallet and he put it at the side of my bike. And then I'm walking out, and he's going, "Here you go, Mark. You can get on your bike now." Like that. And I looked, and I thought, "Oh my god!" So we're posing for this, posing for photos, stood on this pallet. So that's what Ben's on about, and we just talk about this pallet like all the way up. You know, I collected a pheasant as well on the way up.
Oh, good effort! I love pheasants.
Yeah. So I even says I didn't attempt to break, not like Bruce would. That's what I said.
That's what you get for breaking.
Yeah, you get it for breaking is a bleeding repair bill. That's what you get.
Tell me about it. I know, yeah. Ben also says, finally, a genuine question. Where do you see the channel in a few years' time, and did you think you'd get as far as you have? I'm assuming that's for you.
I didn't have any expectations when I started. I just thought I'll start the YouTube and put some videos on and see where it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's been boosted by being a mascot of TeapotOne, so I think that's helped a lot. You know what I mean? I think the divider thing might have helped a little bit as well. You know, that certainly did help. In a few years' time, go on.
No, you finish that first.
All right. In a few years' time, maybe I don't know. 2,000-3,000 subs. Maybe some discount codes. Some discount codes would be nice.
Mate, I'm telling you, when you pass through 1,000, the growth will. It's not quite exponential, but you'll see much quicker growth. As long as you're still putting out the content, then when you hit 1,000, it will. There'll be much quicker growth. First 1,000's hard, man. Hard.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was talking about top box divider.
Oh.
That you did for me. Genuinely, I think this is bloody amazing. I think this is awesome. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out where to put it in my office, because obviously this is, at the moment, that's the backdrop for the podcast. So I'm trying to think, like, where...
Is that just a white wall, or have you got a filter on it?
No, it's just a plain white wall. They're all just white walls in here now. Yeah. There's like a corner window there and a door there. But other than that, it's why the audio is not great, because I used to have like acoustic panels, foam panels and stuff. So I was thinking about putting like...
It sounds okay.
Well, it's probably because I'm literally right up against this mic.
Oh, right, okay.
But if you listen...
I can't hear it clicking. No, can't even hear no clicking at all. Oh, I can only hear it there. That mic does a good job of cancelling that out, to be honest.
It is good, but I do know when I come to edit, I do notice my audio's it doesn't
not to your
sound as
standard.
Yeah, there's a lot of reverb, there's echo, there's because my voice is quite deep, so there's a lot of like
drum and bass,
like a distortion really in it, where because the sound waves are reflecting off of the walls and the ceiling and everything like that.
Well, is it empty in your room?
Yeah. Well, no, I've probably got with the furniture in it that I'm going to have. I've got a unit there and my standing desk. I wouldn't really think I'd have much more. I used to have shelves behind me, didn't I? I used to have shelves along there, but I don't think I'll bother with that now. I was thinking maybe going for you know the wooden panels you get, those vertical.
Yeah, they're great. Them, yeah. I'm thinking of doing that in mine. To be honest,
but I'd like to have this somewhere.
There, exactly there. So if you're stood.
Yeah, I don't want it obscured when I stand like this. So maybe there.
So you need it in, like mine's
corner.
over my shoulder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could have it on that side. Yeah, that'd be mint. That I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that.
I've knackered this arm. I can't even do that.
What have you done?
Jesus. Something that happened earlier this year. I damaged my arm doing it, and it's not recovered. I think I've torn my bicep or something.
All right.
But anyway, never mind.
All right, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Where?
Okay. Yeah. Your channel. So you reckon a couple of years' time you'll have a few thousand. You have more than
hopefully.
that.
Yeah, hopefully.
You'll have more than that.
Hopefully. Some discount codes would be cool as well. You know what I mean?
Have you heard the term micro-influencer?
Why? Because I'm only 5'8".
No. It used to be. You are an influencer if you had like tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of subscribers or followers, right? Companies wanted a big community. They wanted big follower, big numbers behind you. It's not like that anymore. You can have 500 followers and companies will still look at you as an influencer because you've got, don't forget, 500 people is still quite a lot of people. You know, that's, and they are invested in you. And probably the smaller your community is, the more invested those people are in you. Yeah. So that, you know, you take someone with 1 million followers or 1 million subscribers, are all those million going to, if they say something, are all of that 1 million followers, are they going to act on it? So if you say, right, this bit of kit is really good, I strongly suggest that if you want to use this for X, Y, and Z, go and get this bit of kit over that bit of kit. You know, the chances are out of those 1 million, you're not going to get anywhere near 1 million people acting on what that person said. But if you've got 500, the chances are that you're probably going to get a much better return on investment in terms of percentage from that than you would the massive one. So companies have started seeing the benefit of what they call micro influencers. So don't think because you've not got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, you're not going to be attractive to a company. You are. You definitely are. As long as your content's good and your brand has integrity, then you know you are of value. To be honest, I think even these days, I don't know what brands attach to integrity. I've got no idea, because I see plenty of influencer type content out there that I look at and just go, you said that about this brand last week, and this week you're saying that about this brand, you know, and it's like, which is it? Which one are you going for? I don't know. Again, there you go. There's that jealous little creature popping its head up. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, don't think that you can't get like affiliate codes and stuff now because of the level that you're at. You 100% can. Absolutely, you can.
Yeah.
Just reach out to brands that you like. Reach out to brands that do kit that you like and you use, and say, look, I wear your kit, I use your kit. Is there any chance
obviously I've shouted out kit amongst friends. You like, for example, my climb suit.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you use
Brian
climb?
message. Yeah. Have I not mentioned that before?
Never.
I'm a climb bitch. So Brian McManus.
Mm-hmm.
You know Brian, don't you?
Yeah.
Brian.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He dropped me a message and says, "What's your suit like?" Blah blah blah, and I swore by it. Absolutely. So he bought one.
All right. Wow.
Right? So when he went to Morocco, he had that.
Mm-hmm.
He had it for when he went to Morocco on his trip. And the MacBook Air that I've got right now, Simo's bought one. Ben Farmer's bought one. Just off the spec of going, boys, this works. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it does. It works. I'm doing everything that I want to do on this MacBook, and it works. And it's the entry level one. It's not the top spec one.
All right.
It's the 8 gig. It's the 8 gig one that I've bought. 512. It's the i3 processor. It's a 2024 i3 processor, but it's not the all singing all dancing one, and it works.
Nice.
Bloody brilliant.
Mate, so the difference. Sorry, go on.
But them boys have bought it off spec. Well, Ben, he upgraded his. He went to the 16 gig or the 18 gig, which I've got the 8 gig. He says he wanted to future proof it a little bit, but I bought this for replacement of my iPad because it's getting old now. You know what I mean? And when I started loading my software onto it and stuff like that, and it worked, and I thought, right, I'm happy, I'm free.
Nice. Yeah, I had a 2015 MacBook that I used up until, was it 2020? I think. Yeah, when I went full time, I was full time before my wife actually loaned me the money to upgrade some of my kit. I'm sure that was it was 2020. That's when I went full time. So I had this 2015 MacBook. Yeah, go on.
I had a 2015 one. I bought it off my mate, and it didn't work. It didn't work very well for me.
No.
So I sold it on that back market. So I bought it off him, and I sold it on back market. It's called back market. Basically, what you do is like when you. So basically, you get a price for this. You say it's in mint condition. La-di-da-di-da. Send it off, and if they agree with you, then they'll give you the price. They'll give you the value of it. Yeah. So I sold it. So I had it for a while. It was garbage. It was worse than my PC. My PC wasn't great. You know what I mean? So I don't know how you coped on with that.
I didn't
for all that time.
I didn't. I moving up to I couldn't edit 4K because obviously I had 2, 3, 4, 5 different cameras running at some point, and drones and phones, and then second you brought 360 footage in, it just keeled over. Couldn't cope with it. And I used to find trying to render a 360, just one 360 file, say a 20-minute, say you'd been on track and you had the 360 running, trying to render one 360 file, it was taking 5 days to render. 5 days. It was just ridiculous. Well, I upgraded to, I think it's an M1 spec MacBook Pro, 16-inch MacBook Pro, when that came out. And I was doing the same render that was taking 5 days. It was doing it in under 8 minutes. It was incredible. And now, the editing process is so much quicker. Oh, man, it's so good. I look back, I used to have the timeline couldn't keep up. If I let the timeline play, it would end up at a stage where the timeline's moving, but the screen wasn't changing. Yeah. So you're editing by guess, basically. It's another reason it was taking so bloody long to edit. Whereas now, it's great. It's almost like butter now. I think because technology is all advancing, isn't it? And you now got 4K. Well, now you've got 5K, and then the latest ones are 8K, 9K resolution. It's all coming out. Everything's advancing, isn't it? But yeah, this 2020 MacBook that I've got is brilliant. MacBook Pro does the job. Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Right, we need to crack on with questions here, mate, because there are loads, and I think we're about halfway through Patreon. Jesus. Roughly. Yeah, I know. And we've been going 3 and a bit hours already. Bloody hell. Right, next one, David Hosey. Hello, both. Bruce, are you mad? Him again? Only joking, Mark. My question. So for a wee while, Mark has reminded me of someone, and I've eventually cracked it. Are you ready, Mark? Penfold from Danger Mouse fame. Okay, so the question is, Penfold, who is your Danger Mouse? Crumbs, Chief. Have a good one. See you both, and I'll be on my new Tiger. Right, so who's your Danger Mouse, Mark?
Probably on the general trips, I'd say Paul Webb, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Why is that?
He's, well, when we do the hoteling, we bunk up together, you see. So we share, and he puts up with my snoring, so he's got to be my Danger Mouse, hasn't he? He's got to be. And I don't mind being his Penfold, you know what I mean? So he's a right lad. He's a right lad.
He's a nice lad. He's a nice lad, isn't he? Dry
as hell. He's so dry. You know what I mean? He's just a great bloke. And I don't want to single anybody, my mates, out, because Simon as well. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We call ourselves the Three Amigos. So we have a WhatsApp group, and we're the Three Amigos. You know what I mean? Because normally we do all the trips together, you know what I mean? Simon's been a bit absent recently because he's very busy with work and other things, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'd say Paul. That's not to single everybody else out, you know what I mean?
No worries, don't worry about it.
I've got a strong affection for them all. And David Ozey, he's a good one.
Don't call him Dave. David.
No, I know. Well, we're calling him Gary for a while.
Go on, why?
Because you know Stephen who did the clan weekend with Paul Sparrow. Steve.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh.
I can't remember his surname. It's evaded me now.
Ex-copper. Yeah.
Young
lad.
Yeah. Ginger, yeah.
Sorry, Steve, I've forgotten your surname.
When we was away with on a biking trip with Pete, for a day on off-roading, Pete called him Gary. So his name remained as Gary the whole time. And I know that it used to really like needle him in ribs, you know what I mean? So then we were calling Stephen Gary, and then we started calling David Gary. So that's how it just migrated over.
Guess you had to be there. You had to be there, folks.
Oh, shut up.
Next one.
David. He's a classic one for saying, "I don't know the roads. I don't know the roads." We're going up to Northumberland, and he's going, "I don't know the roads," and it's like, we don't neither.
Where was he from? Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Right, no, just that one,
David's from Scotland, but Dave's from Bangladesh.
Well, next one is a Dave. Dave Ramsey. I don't quite get this. He's got barrel scraping. Enough said. Do you know Dave?
Yeah, he's the donut that crashed in Dundee.
That's Dave. Yes, sorry, Dave. Right.
You are a prick. Remember when he called me that?
You gave him the spanner or something, didn't you?
Yeah, he got
the
everything.
Vest. Yeah,
he got it all. He got it all because he made a schoolboy error.
Next one, Dan Castleton. Which bat did you use? What? Which bat did you use? I don't get that. Do you get that?
No.
Which bat did you use? What did I say in my little introductory blurb about you? I said batting. Oh, sorry. I said, I'm sorry, folks. I'm so very, very sorry. I've tried batting him off. I said batting, right. Sam. That's what that's about. Right. I thought there would be something like that. Okay.
All right.
Right. Cheers, Dan. Next one, Mr. Giggles. Have you ever jizzed in your beard? There's some weird people, isn't there? That's Joe, Welsh Joe. Have you ever jizzed? He is a full-on accredited, has the T-shirt, has the medals, deviant, is Mr. Giggles. So watch him.
Right.
Have you ever jizzed in your beard?
I think you need to watch him. I don't think I'm too worried about that.
Yeah. Wow.
Is he asking you if you've ever jizzed in your own beard?
Well, I'm the only one with a beard here, so I'm assuming yes. And the answer is no, obviously.
No,
JG.
don't
Hi,
come out with any
Bruce.
force then.
No.
Is it
Me,
like tatty water? Is it?
I'm old.
Oh boy.
You know.
Oh boy.
Jesus. Mark, we're not going there. We're not going there. I could say so many retorts, but I won't out of respect for your family members. JG, hi Bruce. Can you get Mark as a senior clan member to explain the new and updated drop-off system he was using at the last clan meet in Scotland? Very good, very good. Yes, absolutely. Charlie Callard. Evening, gents. How you doing, Charlie? Hope you're both
Charlie's
well.
a top lad.
He is. He's a cracking lad. So a couple of questions for you, fine gentlemen. What is your favourite conspiracy theory that you believe is or could be true? Mine is that the Anglin brothers did actually escape Alcatraz. Conspiracy theories, are you into these?
More and more so with watching Sean Ryan, which is your fault because you said watch Sean Ryan show.
Brilliant. Love
And
it.
Obviously Joe Rogan, the OG of podcasting, you know what I mean? I'm more and more into the CIA killed Kennedy. I'm much more and more into that.
I find it quite hard to see any evidence to suggest they didn't.
Yeah, I agree with you. And also, I'm going to use my first swear word of the night. How fucked up is America and how they twist and just are so money orientated as a nation.
Believe me, please believe me, it's not just America. We're all
I know it's not.
We're all like it. If you're a capitalist country, we're all like it.
Yeah, I want to listen. I want to listen to a British podcast that's the equivalent of Joe Rogan or Sean Ryan, if I'm honest.
There used to be Geordie. Christ, what was his name? Really physically a really big young Geordie guy, great big beard on him. What was his name? Geordie. He was huge. He was massive. He literally was the UK Joe Rogan, basically. But he's kind of gone quiet.
Because I want to listen to politically what we're up to as a country. You know what I mean? I do. My eyes are wide open. You know what I mean? With even that knobhead that just says about sausages, about bleeding. What's he called? Dickhead. Starmer. What a dick. You know what I mean?
In my previous life, I would often be in a position whereby I heard these politicians talking amongst themselves. They thought they believed they were in safe environments. They thought they were out of reach of people. And we could hear exactly what they were doing, what they were saying. And no matter what colour they wear on their chest, what side of the house they sit, they're all the same. They're just in it for themselves. They treat it like a game. And how do they line their pocket? It's just, you see plenty of them coming in. Plenty of them start with the best intentions, but there's very few reach the pinnacle, reach the top with those same honest, genuine intentions in place. In fact, I don't. The last one that I genuinely felt was a genuine person was Charles Kennedy, and he's passed on now. He's gone. So I don't trust any of them. None. Anyone that wants that job shouldn't have that job.
I don't know about you. I've always been very middle of the road politically, and I think probably with age and obviously all the social media that you've got access to now, and mainstream media tells you they're just running a narrative that's totally bullshit. I'm becoming more right wing, but not right wing. You know what I mean? I'm more right of middle now, and I don't know where I've been told it's due to age as well as being getting more information from other more credible outlets. You know what I mean?
I kind of it's dangerous territory getting into politics and
No,
stuff.
I know
But
it is. I know it is.
I do think, but I think that's the beauty of things like podcasts, is that people can listen to long form conversation from people, and it's not sound bites.
No.
Somebody could take this podcast and just take little snippets and create their own little reel from it, of course. But if someone actually takes the time to sit and listen, I say this about Joe Rogan all the time, because people have this preconceived opinion as to what Joe Rogan is, don't they? People think he's right wing. They just see this cage fighting commentator, comedian guy that swears a lot and talks about drugs all the time. They just think that he's going to be some right wing fuckwit, when you couldn't be further from the truth.
Yeah,
the bloke is really quite left in his thinking, and he is God, Jesus. He's a really open-minded person, isn't he? When you listen to his full podcast, 3 hours of them, 5 hours of them, whatever goes on. What was my point? That's fucking whiskey. Whiskey's done that to me. I'm
open-minded. I am open-minded. You know what I mean? I do have an open-minded approach to things, but when I think some things bullshit, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? And I think more so now. Not to deep dive into the gender thing and all other stupid stuff. You know what I mean? My kids, you know what? I've never influenced my kids. My kids even think the same. You know what I mean? I think, what is this all about?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? My son at school. My son had they had a policy where he couldn't have a skin fade on his hair. School policy, he couldn't have it. So a heterosexual male could not have a skin fade, because they said it was an extreme haircut.
Mm-hmm.
He had to have a 1 millimeter. It had to be 1 millimeter.
Mm.
But if you're like gender orientated differently, let's say for being political, you could turn up with pink hair.
Yeah, I know, which is just ridiculous. It's just
he's
insane.
being ostracised for being a heterosexual male with a male haircut.
Mm. Yeah,
they wanted to isolate him,
which is
they phoned me and says, "Oh, we'll put your son into isolation." I said, "You bloody not." I said, "You bloody not." I said, "I'm taking him out of school." I said, "I'll take him out of school until his hair grows back."
Yeah,
and they went, and then like an hour later, they're going, "Oh no, we've checked it again. His hair's all right." It's like, what, do you get a ruler out or something?
Yeah, I know. This is what annoys me, right? Like these people from the good side, which they term everyone thinks is the left side, because they term the left as being open-minded and embracing to everybody, and all cultures, and everything's okay. They're not. They are becoming the new right. That seems to be apparent to me now. Is the left is now becoming the new right wing, because they are so far left that they're creating this. They're creating a divide. They're forcing resentment on normal middle of the road people are now being forced into a position where they resent being told what to think, and they're being told this is now normal. No matter what you thought, this is now normal. No logic about it. None of that. Just believe what we tell you. This is normal. If you don't think this, you're wrong. You're this. We're going to label you, and that's just fucking wrong. That's how you create, that's how you create racism. That's how you create like resentment towards a faith, resentment towards anything, a sex, anything at all. That's how you create that divide. Is by telling people how they should think about it. If you just left it alone, I genuinely felt like we were at a stage in the 90s and into the noughties. I felt like we were at a stage where, was racism really a thing? Because it just been drilled into me all through the school and through the 90s that didn't matter what colour somebody was, we're all the same. And that's the opinion that I had. And anyone that didn't have that opinion, well, they were the extreme to me. They were like, that's ridiculous. You're a bigot. That's ridiculous. Whereas now we seem to have regressed back to a different place where, like, they seem to be fueling the fire to create a divide between people because they're of that skin colour and that skin colour and that religion and that religion, that political persuasion and that political persuasion. It just feels wrong. Like, why are we building all these walls up amongst each other again when it didn't feel like we had that in this country? But it's back. It's here.
Yeah. When I was at school, I went to a school where it was culturally diverse. You know, there were blacks, Asians, Chinese.
You had folk from Lancashire, people from Yorkshire.
No, nobody from Lancashire.
Sorry,
we can't bring them into it. There was no racism. There was nothing racist. There was no racism. I never knew of any racism at all. None. You know what I mean? So, and there was a balanced enough, you know, multicultural school.
Yeah.
I lived in an area where me and my brother was the only like white kids in that area because I lived in an Asian area. You know what I mean? So it didn't exist. None of that existed. And it's just been drilled and drilled and drilled and drilled. Some weird shit going on.
Yeah, it does feel like that, doesn't it? But then to the same extent, I don't want to think that this is the master plan of a group of people. You know, that there are people out there who are directing this globally to divide us. And I just think it sounds like something out of a bloody Bond film, you know, like a James Bond villain. It's like, that can't be true. Yeah. It can't be like that. But then it feels like it. If someone's not in charge of this, why are we going down this route? Why are the media, why are the media doing this? Why is this happening? It just feels weird. I have a thing at the moment where obviously what's going on at the moment between Israel and say Hezbollah, right? Well, I have some practical experience of this in that I've been to Lebanon and I've stayed with Lebanese family, and a friend of mine was married into a Lebanese family, and I saw then back in like 2005, I saw how the Lebanese thought of the Israelis, and it was like they were regarded as rats. They were subhuman. Like Lebanese kids were brought up with cartoons. Ren and Stimpy. You've seen the Ren and Stimpy on like The Simpsons. Yeah. I think it was The Simpsons. Well, they had a version of that, which was for the Israelis. And the Israelis were these little cartoon characters that were getting, heads chopped off and squashed with mallets. And and that's how kids were just brought up. They were indoctrinated to it. And I'm seeing that now with that, no matter what your opinion is of Israel and Hezbollah and Gaza and everything like that, take all of that away and just look at it from outside. What happens when Israel strikes? They make a strike and they kill hundreds of people, and it's horrific and it should never happen. I'm not saying it should never happen. But is Israel celebrating? Do you know what I mean? Like, are the Israelis out in the street dancing and giving it all this and creating memes about it? Well, I'm not seeing them. Maybe they are, but I don't see that. Well, I'm seeing at the moment on social media all these memes from the Lebanese because they've started firing rockets back at Israel. And you're just like, we're celebrating.
The Iranians, though, weren't they? They were involved with that as well.
Iran. Well, apparently, who knows if that's true? Yeah. I don't. Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? Everything that we're getting fed, you second guess yourself all the time. Is this true? Is this not true? God, that got deep from conspiracy theories about Alcatraz. Aliens. Do you believe in aliens?
I think I'm on the same wavelength of view with that. Anything's possible, to be honest. Anything is possible. Yeah. I like to I'm very open-minded with that, and especially with like ghosts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't discount what you witnessed when you was a bouncer. You know what I mean? I don't discount that at all.
Can't explain it. No. So who knows? I don't know.
But like obviously astral projection and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Have you ever suffered an out of body experience?
I don't think I have. No.
No. I have as a teenager. Yeah, as a teenager, I did. I was laid in bed, and I could see myself out of my body. I was laid in bed and I was floating above myself.
I tried to think what you were doing as a teenager, Mark.
I was sleeping, mate. At that time, I was sleeping. So yeah, no, I did.
He was trying to put a fire out under the sheets. He was trying to put a fire out.
It's a big fire extinguisher under there.
It's one of those little sausages he was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, all 10 of them in a line. It's bigger than one. 10 in a line is bigger than one. One big one. But yeah, I like to think about all that. Open-minded to that.
I think there has to be more to it. I think, as you allured to this earlier about your opinion of things change with age, don't they? And I think maybe it's just because as we get older, we become more aware of our terminal nature. You know, we know that this isn't going to last. Well, what we know of doesn't last forever. So what happens next? Is this it? You know, and as a kid, I used to be, and as a young man, I used to be the opinion that, you know, we're just a bunch of cells. It was a freak accident or freak occurrence. We're here. We're on this planet. You live, you have your time, you die, you're worm food. Done. That's it. It's all it is. It's just, it's a biological thing. That's all it is. I tell you what, as with life experience, and I've dealt with death, not as an everyday occurrence, but, you know, and Neil Bill used to deal with death quite frequently. And with life, you lose family and you lose friends and people that are close to you and whatever. And there definitely is. I don't know what your experience is with dealing with death, but like I remember when you deal with corpses, with bodies, it's just they're not people anymore. It's just a vessel. The person's gone. It's amazing to see. I mean, even when my mum passed away, my mum disappeared, and it was an empty carcass left. You know, almost like that. It was nuts, and I can't explain that.
The first real sort of the first. I would say first real person, but the first real experience I had once was my dad had a friend, and he sadly passed away. He passed away in his sleep, and my dad, you know, him and my dad were good friends, and my dad used to look after him. My dad was like his main carer, you know what I mean? He was only 70 when he died, but they become friends through the club, and they stayed friends for a long time. And my dad were thinking, oh, you know, where's Dave? Dave's not turned up today. So my dad went down thinking that Dave was having a lie-in, and sadly he passed away. And I got the phone call, and I went to obviously go see my dad, and he was still in his house because we were waiting for the police to arrive. And my dad says, "Oh, Dave's in there if you want to go and see him." And I didn't go see him. He was in the next room, you know what I mean? And I didn't go see him, you know what I mean? So I've never seen a dead body, you know what I mean?
Have you not?
No, I kept myself away from it. And when my grandparents died as well, I didn't want the call. I didn't want the call when they went as well. I just wanted to remember them as they were, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I've avoided that, you know what I mean?
Weirdly, I mean, maybe it's a coping mechanism that I've used. I don't know, but after the first couple that I saw, and they just didn't feel like people to me anymore, you know, like not in a disrespectful manner, but just they just didn't have that feeling anymore. And that's just how I am now with dealing with that. And I don't know. It's almost comforting to an extent, because I kind of take the mindset of, I genuinely believe that there's something after this. There's something else going on. Like, this isn't just it, you know, and like, maybe that's naive. I don't know. I don't know, but it just feels like what makes us isn't this. It's not this shell. It's something else. What happens to that? You know, physics. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Energy just doesn't disappear. Energy is always there. So where does this energy that makes us, where does that go? Because once we've got no energy, that's gone. So where does it go? What happens to it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. There's a lot of things that I can't articulate and explain. You know what I mean? But I get the flavour. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And then, like, this is just trying to bring this back to what Charlie was saying about conspiracy theories and stuff. Talking about, we spoke about aliens. I kind of think when you see the size of what we know is the known universe currently, not to say that there's even more out there that we can't see or reach yet. When you see the size of that, and our galaxy that we're in at the moment is a minute, tiny speck in amongst this huge known area that we know of at the moment. There's got to be something else out there. Surely there has to be. We can't be it.
I agree.
We can't.
I think aliens will have the same problem as what we have when we go into space in the opposite way around, though. Because they won't be, in gravity, in Earth's gravity, and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? Shit's heavy. You know what I mean? Their bodies won't be adapt to that. So they'll be probably thinking, stuff that we're not going there because we can't float about or whatever. They could be thinking that. You know what I mean? And this thing, when they say they set nuclear bombs off, and then it causes like a ripple in the universe, and other life forms can feel that ripple in the universe. Sean Ryan now.
We are like a wish Sean Ryan and wish Joe Rogan, this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like stuff happens. There's a bang and stuff happens.
Exactly, yeah.
Neither of us can articulate this properly.
No, can we? Hell is like, because we ain't got these. I bet Sean Ryan's just sat there going,
yeah.
Right on, man. Right on, fucking A.
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you think about potato chips? If I change the subject.
I genuinely think that a lot of these alien sightings, I think it's us. I think it's us in, 100, 1,000 millennia ahead. And we've got the ability to travel.
Come back.
Yeah. I think it's us. I think, because would you not? Like, I would want to, think of the times that we've gone through, even in our lifetime, right? Even in our lifetime, what have we been through? Well, we've been through, Christ, from the 70s onwards, Jesus Christ. Everything that's gone on in the 80s, like the assassination of Reagan, or the attempted assassination of President Reagan, the whole Cold War thing that was going on, between Russia and the West. East and West Germany. Do you remember East and West Germany used to be divided? Jesus Christ. No, there was a wall.
I'm going to Berlin in February as well.
Do you know what I mean?
Like the Berlin Wall.
That's in our lifetime that went on. Right
through
to...
it's crazy that, isn't it?
COVID, we've just gone through COVID where the entire planet shut down for best part of a couple of years. Do you know, you think of it like historical times. Well, big events that have happened in history that I'm aware of. If I had the ability to time travel, I'd want to go back and have a look. Yeah. What went on? What was going on?
Even 30 years. Just imagine going back 30 or 40 years.
Yeah.
Just to see how different things.
What, to 1990, 1980 and 1990? How bad?
It's a long time ago, isn't it?
It's not. It was fucking yesterday.
Last week. It was last week.
I mean? Crazy. 30, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Jesus
Christ. When the first G-Reg car came out. You remember when the first G-Reg car came out? What I mean?
It will soon be 25 years since the millennium.
Yeah.
No, that was literally a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I know.
No, can't have that. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, shall we try and bring this?
Next question.
Shall we try and bring this back? Charlie's got another question. You ready for this one? See where this takes us.
All right.
Which one of these would you choose? Unlimited fuel for life, change your bike once a year for life at no cost to you, or unlimited travel expenses paid for 5 years? Keep up the good work, gents. Easy.
Ooh.
Easy for me.
Go on.
Unlimited travel expenses for 5 years. Travel.
Yeah. That's a good one, yeah.
Travel.
Yeah.
Best thing I ever did.
Laurent kids. Take Laurent kids with me.
Forget them. No. Yeah. Absolutely. Travel is the best thing you can possibly do for me. For me personally. Agree. Yeah. Changed my life.
Have you ever been?
Absolutely
Have you ever been to Dubai?
No, I've not. I saw you went recently.
Brilliant. Yeah. I went in May, I think it was. Yeah, it's a great place.
Everyone says that about Dubai. What is it about Dubai that makes it so appealing?
It's warm.
Mm-hmm.
It's brand new. It's safe. Alcohol's not ready available, so you don't get the drunk dickheads. You know, when you congregate.
Interesting, Sean Ryan. Interesting.
Yeah, when you're in a group of 5,000 people, you know you're not going to have Uncle Nobed creating or staggering about or whatever. You know what I mean?
Is that because of the non-availability or readily availability of alcohol, or is that because of the social not structure?
Yeah,
but do you know what I mean?
The socialise in a very different way as well. You know,
expectations is that. It's not regarded as okay to be pissed as a fart out in public, is it, over there?
No. Well, no. I think if you want to go to Dubai, Chris in Dubai would be one
exactly,
to be able to answer this, wouldn't he? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a total different culture. Obviously, we went in it with Ramadan as well.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously there were everybody were fasting for the day and then obviously breaking the fast at night. And it's traditionally a place where it comes alive on a night anyway, so that the sun goes down. But like we were stopping at traffic lights, you know, in taxi, and we were getting like care packages, which is, you know, like water, dates, you know, to break the fast. You know what I mean? And they're passing them, and I'm opening window, and I'm taking them. I'm passing to the taxi driver, going, "What is it?" Mm-hmm. And he says, "Oh, it's to break the fast with." And I went, "Wow, brilliant!" You know, just kind of like, you know, they're just giving it away. You know,
random
what I mean?
Strangers,
just,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just at traffic lights, it's just cool as anything. You know, it's a great place. It's obviously high-rise skyscrapers and all the wow of it's just amazing. It's just an amazing place.
And that's what travel gives you. You know, when you travel, you experience and see other countries, other people, other races, other cultures for what they actually are, not the shite that you're fed through the media, which is to fuel whatever political arm they want to have, or for whatever reason. You're seeing it yourself. And when you travel, you realize that most people are awesome. Most people are brand new. Most people, a lot of the time, are just like us. You know, they just they want to look after their family and they'll help you if they can. I say this ad nauseum on this podcast, but that's what people are like. You know, when you scrape away race, religion, all that stuff, and just get us back to people, we're pretty much all the same. We just, people will help if they can help, or they'll do their best to help, and they want a nice, easy, quiet life for them and their families, don't they? That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right. Next. Moist Decoy. Hello, both. My question is...
Simon. Hello, Simon.
Mark from a suburb near to the left lower side of Leeds, or to the upper right side of Leeds. Bread cake or cob, roll or batch?
Bread cake all the way, mate. Bread cake all the way.
What's a bread cake? A roll?
Well, you call it a roll. What do you call it in Scotland? Do you call it in Scotland a roll?
Well, it depends what part of Scotland, but yeah, I called it a roll.
What do you call it down in south?
Or maybe east? A bap, maybe.
No.
Down in the southeast.
Yeah.
A roll, isn't it? It's just...
Right, no, it's a bread cake.
Are you talking about a roll? You're just talking about like a bun, a roll.
Yeah, a bread bun. But like Laura calls it something different. She'll call it a bread bun. Because
why not just a
she's
bun?
Not from Leeds. She's from the lakes, you see. So,
but why wouldn't you just call it a bun or a roll?
I don't know, because we don't say that in Leeds.
Weird. Does your laser cutter make you lazy?
It's a CNC machine. It's a CNC router, Simon.
Does your magic machine make you lazy?
Does my magic machine make me magic?
Right.
Simon commissioned me one of those signs that I made you.
Mm-hmm.
I did a moist decoy sign for him.
But mate, honestly, genuinely, these are brilliant. I mean, I don't know if people can see, but that is awesome. That's the new TeapotOne logo, by the way. But I love this. I mean, this is quality bit of kit, mate.
Yeah.
Cool, I'm not going to pay you anything for it, but it's awesome. Thank you very much for sending it. Appreciate it.
I need your Lone Rider top box as well.
I thought you were getting Nathan's.
His is a big one, isn't it?
Oh, come on, it's not all about size, jeez.
Yeah, so I'll need them. I'll need them both, whatever happens.
Hang on, I offered to bloody send that to you. You turned me down.
I know, because I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it back to you. You see, well, I know you were up. You were up in Nottingham or wherever it was, where Nicky's from, isn't it?
Mm.
But I couldn't commit to getting it back to you. You see, so you can send it again if you want.
I need it now. You've had your chance. Pete English. Oh, there we go. Pete, not seen you in here in ages. Hello, Pete. Good evening, gentlemen. First of all, I want to say it's always great to have our mascot on the podcast. And second of all, I want to say how disappointed I am. Oh. For the last 18 months, MFL, who's MFL? Is that MFnL? Has been asking me to sell him my KTM 690 Enduro R off-road bike. We had a gentleman's agreement, oh dear. The day I get back from Spain, I will make the bike available to him at a heavily discounted price, may I add. So my question is, Mark from near Leeds, why have you let me down?
Right, quite simply. Back in May.
I feel like I've been told off.
Yeah. Me too. So, Peter, back in May, I was made redundant, re-employed, and they slashed my salary by £10,000. So, basically...
I'm just hearing excuses, Pete. I'm just hearing excuses.
Yeah. So, what I need to do is sell shitloads of top box dividers, and then we can get back onto the gentleman's agreement. But if you can take a KTM 350 in part exchange, I'm sure we can bring the deal back alive.
Oh, there's a talking point there. That's a. See, Pete's starting not a new business. He's relocated, hasn't he? English flooring.
Brilliant. Yeah,
mate, that bloke has put some graft in, hasn't he? Jesus,
he's amazing. What an amazing human being Pete is.
Yeah. He is. He's
well done to you. Well done to you, Pete.
Right, so Pete. Maybe start negotiations again. You can have a little 350. Yeah. 350 and a bit of Wonga.
Yeah. My way.
We shall see. Okay, cheers for that, Pete. Good to have you back, pal. Gordon Bissell. Hiya, Gordon. How you doing? Leave wee Mark alone. I met him at Dundee and he's a top bloke. Do you need a minder, Mark? He's bloody huge, isn't he, Gordon? He's about 6'9".
Yeah. What a lovely bloke as well.
He is. Yeah, he's top lad.
What a lovely bloke.
Top lad. He
can ride a bike as well.
He can. He appears on a channel with another chap, Craig. Craig's channel is called Riding Through Grief, I think it is. Yeah. And without wishing to get too personal, I want to get the lads on the podcast, actually, because they've both got incredibly heartfelt stories, the pair of them. But what they're doing now is just amazing, I think. And that Craig, well, both chaps, but Craig lost his wife to cancer, and he started his YouTube channel basically as a way of him trying to deal with the grief. You know, he was out riding a bike and he just needed headspace, basically. So he started his channel, and through the channel, he's connected with loads and loads and loads of people, a lot of blokes in particular, who are in the same boat. You know, they've lost their missuses, their other half, significant others, and Gordon was one of them. And you know, they're sort of figuring out ways to deal with the grief and moving on in life, and they're all doing it through the channel. And I just think it's a fantastic thing that they're both doing, really. I think they've just started a podcast as well, actually. So
that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'd love to get them on and have a chat. I'd probably spend my time bawling my eyes out. I'd be bugger all used to it, but you know, never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's top
lovely
lad.
bloke, God. Yeah, lovely bloke. Yeah,
he's coming to Pico's with me on Sunday, actually. I'm off to Pico's on Sunday for the last chicken strips tour, so he's coming then. Well,
have a great time, guys.
We'll do, mate. We'll do. Next one, Ollie Ray. Trigger.
Yeah.
MFAnaL, the only man to purposely lose at Soggy Biscuit. I hope you're both well. Cheers, Ollie. Nice one, mate.
Is that it?
That's it. That's all he wanted to say.
Is that it? Oh, come on, Ollie, for God's sake.
Ride with me. Now, this is going to be fun. Oh, that was it, mate. We've done all the questions on Patreon. Wow.
Have we?
Yeah. It's only taken 4 hours. It's not bad.
All right. Instagram then. Let's get onto Instagram.
Are you okay for this? I'm going to have to split this into... This is going to be a two-parter.
Can I quickly pee?
Yeah, go on in. Pee time. Right. Excuse us.
Go on, you go as well.
I don't need to go. Bruce. I'm a proper man. I don't need to go.
Go. You're gonna change your mind in a minute.
I'm going to sit here and time you. Hello. Are you back?
Oh, that was nice.
Good. I have to be a little bit quieter because my wife's in bed now and she's just next door.
Has she give you loads, has she?
No, not at all. But I just suddenly thought, oh God, it's 10:30 and my wife will be in bed.
What time she out for work tomorrow?
Well, she's working from home tomorrow, but she needs to be.
Oh, yeah.
She's got to start work at 6.
Oh, bloody hell. All right, okay.
And then I
don't know why I am whispering.
Yeah, why are you whispering?
I don't know.
Because you're a nice guy. You have empathy. You're a good lad.
Yes.
Right, across to Instagram. So it's at TeapotOne Insta. Obviously, I'll leave all of MarkAnal's links down below. So give him a follow. First one, PLR. This is family. Is this your brother? PLR Joinery.
That's my cousin.
Your cousin. I thought it had to be family because it's nice. It's polite. It's decent. Where is the most beautiful place you have visited on your motorbike travels? Yeah.
Just John is called.
Yorkshire.
John, he's a best joiner in Leeds. So if anybody wants any joinery work doing, hit him up.
PLR Joinery.
PLR Joinery. Yeah, he's a good lad. Really good lad. Nicest places I've been to, did he say?
Yeah. Most beautiful place you've visited on your bike?
Well, so many. There's so many beautiful places. One thing that does stick out is when we did the Devon clan weekend, and me and Pete English on the way home, we explored the coastline, and I've got some amazing shots there, and there were this villa that was built into the rock side. It was on Grand Designs, and we came across that. We came across that structure. It's immense. It's like a Bond villa's layer. It's amazing. Structure. That coastline. I always remember when I look back on those photos, and I thought to myself, that's an amazing weekend we had then. And the weather was like 25 degrees in April, cracking flags. It was beautiful, stunning, absolutely stunning. Obviously Scotland, when we went through, is it the Cairngorms, and we went through the ski resorts? Yeah. That is the place I've always wanted to go.
Really?
Yeah, I just always wanted to go and see the ski lift and the resort and stuff like that, and ride through. And my GoPro shit itself, and I didn't capture that.
No, really.
Yeah,
mate, you need if you like that, you need to push up into northwest Scotland and all down the west of Scotland. It will just blow your mind, man.
Yeah,
just stunning.
I'll go there. Wales as well. So England, there's beautiful places everywhere we've been. Lake District is stunning. You know what I mean? Cheers, John. Cheers for that question.
I'm gutted because we had penciled in Ireland for one of next year's chicken strip tours.
All right.
So we were going to go there. Simon's got a lot of experience over there, so he was putting a tour together. But then we got as far as contacting hotels to sort out all the accommodation for the hotels. Hey, it's priced us out of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the hotels ranged from £220 to £280 a night.
Wow.
Which automatically, when you do like a 10-day tour, 10-day tour, we were looking at 3,600 quid. And that just prices I mean, I'm not going to pay that. It's ridiculous. You're not going to pay that. Why would you pay over $3,500 to take your own bike across to Ireland? It's just so we've had to knock that on the head. We're actually doing 2 European ones for the same price. So it's like, well,
wow,
crazy, isn't it?
What crazy. That's mental. Absolutely mental.
C'est la vie. Right, okay, cheers for that one, John. Thank you. Next one, Jim Bob's Adventures. I hear a lot of people call you Mark from near Leeds. So does that mean you are the new Duke of York? Okay. When he's up, he's up, he's up. When he's down, he's down, he's down. He's neither up or down. I'm singing Grand Old Duke of York in my head.
He had 10,000 men, didn't he?
He did, but when he was up, he was neither up nor down.
Back down again. I
don't think they expect an answer from that. I certainly don't.
Right.
I'm just singing the song in my head. That's all. Cheers, Jimbo. Kate, username Kate. MFnL. Oh, I love you, Kate. Even Kate's calling you MarkAnal. I love you, Kate, as well. Even Kate's calling you MarkAnal.
No, she's MFnL. Mark from near Leeds.
MFnL. MFnL. MFAnaL. MFAnaL.
No. Did she write ANAL?
She didn't need to. She's not like that. She doesn't need to go that far.
No, she didn't.
Kate's got class. She just needs to insinuate it, and that's it.
That's why she. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Don't be twisting the words.
Shut up. She's my bestie. You don't know her. She's my bestie.
She's my bestie. She's my bestie. She sent me this. She sent
you nothing. She sent me this reel.
He did. Jealous. You're jealous. Yeah. You was drooling as well. You was drooling. Oh,
do you blame me? She's lovely. She's beautiful.
You're a good-looking woman.
Well, she is.
You're a good-looking woman, Kate. And you was like this. You're a good-looking woman, Kate.
You're horrible.
Yeah, shut up.
Right. Get to a question. If money was no object, what would be your dream bike, motorcycle, clothing, head to toe, and what helmet would you get?
Clothing's the easy one.
Climb.
Climb. I'd get Kate. I would get Climb because I'm a Climb fanboy. Motorcycle.
Something beige. Something beige and shit to go with your personality.
Yeah, triple black GS. That's what I'd get. GS 1300 triple black with 18,000 miles on it.
Touché. I'll do you a good price.
You are?
I'll do you a good price.
KTM 350 swap?
No. But the same price as a KTM 1390 Super Adventure S.
Yeah, but my 350 is worth more than your 1300.
No, it's not. My bike's iconic. It's the first one. Not. First one in the UK.
What are you on about? It needs scrapping. It needs scrapping after your fat knacker ass has been on it for 18,000 miles.
Would you still get a Climb helmet? The Krios or whatever it's called.
I've got a Krios.
So you would be head to toe in Climb.
Yeah, I've got a Krios. I'd get a Krios Pro, and I'd get the Climb boots as well, which I don't have.
They're not going to give you boots.
I ain't got the Climb socks. I've got the Climb socks actually. I've got the Climb socks. I got the Climb neck buff.
You make me sick.
But I wear Rucker base and mid layers.
I didn't even know they did them.
What, Rucker?
Mm-hmm.
Rucker Outlast. They are brilliant.
Yeah, Outlast is just it's like Gore-Tex.
No, Outlast it's a Rucker. It's made by Rucker though.
What Outlast is? I thought Outlast was like Gore-Tex.
It's a Rucker brand
trademark
that's Outlast. And I've got a Rucker thermal as well.
Oh, okay. I've got this. I can't remember what they're called. Not Lone Rider. Roadskin do them, but they're an Italian base layers. I've got them. Can't remember what they're called. But Roadskin do. Yeah, I swear them. Yeah.
Bike.
Yeah. What would your bike be?
Let me go with. I'll just sort of nicking a bit of your idea. The Multistrada. Let me have the Multistrada V4S, seeing as I've not had it.
But how do you know if you like it?
Well, money no object in it. So
I suppose it's dream bike. It's your dream, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. No, it's not my dream. I'm riding my dream, but I'm riding my dream bike.
So why don't you say
I've got my
that
dream
bike
bike.
then? If the multistrada, why are you saying the multistrada then? If it's not your dream bike? God, he's a nice lad, isn't he?
No,
Thick
she
as
didn't
fuck,
say
but
dream
he's a
bike.
nice lad.
She said a bike, money no object, didn't she say?
Yeah. Dream bike. What would
Oh,
be your
dream
dream
bike.
bike?
Okay, sorry, I'm being beige now.
RTFQ, ATFQ. Read the question, answer the question.
Well, I can't read the fucking questions because it's not fucking in front of me.
It's on
Is it you
Instagram.
retard?
You just need to go to TeapotOne Instagram and read them. They're there.
Or
For
the
anybody to
Mark
see.
from Leeds Instagram because it's on there as well.
Is it?
Yeah, because you linked the collaboration doodah.
Did I invite you as a collaborator? Oh, okay.
You did.
Cool.
What
That's
sort of an
something-
influencer are you if you don't even know?
I'm a really geek one because I've only just discovered this collaborator thing.
Yeah,
Don't actually know what it does.
I'll tell you what. Soon as you shared that with me, I had to put a brick on top of my phone because it was just going off its nuts.
Welcome to my life, mate.
I'm like this bleeding all the time with Watch. You know what I mean? Watch were just going balmy.
It's why I can't get any bloody editing done.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, my phone.
Yeah. And any one of them could be something important. You're like, oh, shit, my boy needs me, my dad needs me. No.
Yeah.
Just Mark's like something.
It's MarkAnal again. It's MarkAnal again.
So come on, dream bike.
GSK. Sorry, GSK. I'm riding my dream bike.
Like, I am a GS fanboy, Mark, and even I think that is just weak. The GS is your dream bike.
Yes, Bruce is. Well, Pat, Judas over here. You bleeding. You should have bought the KTM, and you would be on 100,000 subs.
No, I think if I do make a move towards KTM, it'll be because I've done my time with GS. I think the GS is a fantastic machine. I think it overall it's the best out of all the adventure bikes for what I want. But I think I'm changing and I want something a little bit different now. And that's not scratching that itch at the moment. It might do. There may be things coming. I don't know.
You should get an Adventure R, you mate. You should get an Adventure R.
Nah, I mean, I don't know. Even when it comes time to change, I will explore various options. At that point, yes.
I don't even know why you don't get long term as you.
I could get them. I'm just. I don't know.
That V-Strom. Richard's had that V-Strom. He's done 10,000 mile on it.
Yeah. All right. I'll go there with you. I'm at a point in my sort of YouTube professional life where I'm a little bit lost. I don't really know what I want the channel to be. I don't really know what content I want to produce. So at the moment, I'm sort of on autopilot. And because YouTube doesn't pay the bills, like Patreon pays the bills because of YouTube, and the tours pay the bills. So at the moment, I'm just sort of creating the content that I've always created because that got me here. And I'm doing my tours. But I think over the winter, I need to figure out what it is I actually want to do with the channel and how I can integrate that into day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month life moving forward, because life is about touring now. I mean, I enjoy off-road. I genuinely do enjoy it now, but nowhere near as much as I do with the road stuff. It just doesn't give me as much enjoyment as road riding does. Road riding, I can go anywhere. I can go anywhere road riding. You know what I mean? Whereas off-roading, I'll either need to van or ride on the roads to get to where I want to go on off-road.
Yeah. Minimum you need a trailer, car and a trailer. You know what I mean? That's a very minimum.
And that's not what I want to do, and it's not what I can do at the moment. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am at the moment. I'm sort of just a little bit. I don't feel like I've got the time to actually spend the time determining what I want to do at the moment, because I'm conscious of I've got to record a podcast, I've got to edit the podcast, produce the podcast episode and the shorts, I've got to get the TeapotOne video done and shorts, the social media done and market the tours for next year, keep the admin for both businesses ticking away, home life, like there's just loads going on at the moment, and I just can't. I don't feel like I've got headspace to tackle any of that yet. I like moving forward. What's the channel going to do? So I'm just falling back into the old ways at the moment, because I know I can just effectively churn that out at the moment. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. Have you? I've just been thinking now. Rich does his annual like January solo trip.
Mm-hmm.
Have you got any thoughts to do something? Not the like the Morocco thing for me. It was good. His series were good, but I much preferred his Scotland one. I much preferred, from the year before, when it was the weather were inclement and it was a bit more arduous. You know what I mean? It was much more dramatic for my liking. And it's the same with Kate when Kate did Germany trip, because you mentioned the Germany trip, because they were on about the handless, weren't they? Yeah. I thought that was just brilliant. It was just brilliant for me. I thought that was really, really good. I like not the pain and suffering, because I'm not that type of guy, but dig deep, and the character came out. And Mike's obviously Mike as well. You know what I mean? The Master Zen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I've done all that. I just think I've done all that. I can't beat or better what I've done. I did the world trip. I've done, Jesus, I've been around the UK umpteen times in challenge rides, in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. I've done the North Coast 500 in a day. I've done all these challenge rides. And I'm just like, well, I've been loads of places. So it's like, well, why do it again just for the sake of it? Like for me, there has to be a reason for me to do stuff now, because otherwise, what's the point of doing it? I'm not just going to do it because it's going to get clicks and views. I'm not bothered about that. It's got to be something I want to do.
Don't you think that things become trendy again? I think so. Did you mention it with Kate about if you were doing like a camping, camping YouTube channel or something? Was you talking about that? Did you guys talk about that? Or
I can't remember.
Were I talking about it with somebody else? Go off wild camping and build yourself a fire, and it's cold. So basically, head off to Scotland in January and take a tent with you. Just rough it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Find a rabbit and kill it and skin it and eat it.
Not interested. Just not interested. But then don't forget, mate, I will at some point be doing this around the UK cycle ride. I mean, that is happening. Genuinely, hand on my heart. That's going to happen.
I just don't get that. I just don't get it.
Because I've said I'll do it. So I have to and will do that. But it's just not possible at the moment. It's just not possible. Like I can't take that time off when I would be touring, because touring is my money earner. It's how I survive. So if I do it outside touring time, which is effectively sort of November to March time, well, that's winter. And not only is it winter, but that's the time when my wife knows I'm home. So my wife can do what she wants to do, because April to October, April to November, 1 week every, 3 this year, 1 week every 2 next year, my wife is basically tied at home because of the dog, because I'm away. So one of us has to be home.
Yeah.
So, it swings and roundabouts. I kind of,
Yeah. No, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it. Yeah, I do. I do.
I do. Like this year I did that America trip, which I loved. Oh God, I
love that as well.
loved that. So yeah, I mean, I have thought, well, I wonder if can I push in a week for myself, March sort of time. But then it's like, well, where do I go in March? Where do you go?
Yeah.
Maybe you could do Oz. Maybe I could do Oz. Maybe do South Africa or something. I don't know. Oh, South Africa. South Africa.
That'd be cool. Watch
this space. Oh, I love booze on this podcast because this is how dreams are made. Yeah, absolutely.
And you've had the best guest on yet as well. You've had the best guest to deep dive as well.
Yeah, this totally has gone in a different direction than I was expecting. I thought this would be 3 hours of piss taking, of booziness, of that, and it's not. It's been one of the deepest ones I think I've done.
I've really enjoyed it. I really have enjoyed it. It's been brilliant.
Womble. Anyway.
Not bad.
P60. Thank you, Kate. Cheers for that. P67R_Nick. Question for MFnL. Describe your perfect day. That is a mega question.
My perfect day is, obviously it has to be. Can I describe my perfect weekend? Okay. That involves the family. So that's one day biking, riding for me, and then the following day is spending family time with Laura and kids, and that's how we divide it up. So that's my perfect. Even particularly when the kids were smaller, we had to dedicate one day for us all to be together. So
what you do then in family time? What are you doing?
Simple stuff. We'd go off to the park. We'd go to a country house. Stuff like that. Oh, we'd go to
share a bread cake.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, have a picnic. Simple stuff. Have a picnic.
Yeah.
We don't have to be camped down at Costa or anything, spending 40 quid. We'd take whatever's out of the fridge and just
it's time together,
go to the park.
Just time together. Yeah.
Bicycle ride, walk down the canal towpath. It's it's close to us.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So
yeah.
What about you?
It's weird, isn't it? Like as you get older, you realise the importance and the significance of just spending time together. You don't need to be doing all these amazing things. It's just I'd give anything just to have my mum back, just to have a chat, just have a chat for an hour. That sort of stuff.
I get that. Yeah. Obviously, it was a birthday the other day as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Another Libra.
I know. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on from that. Next one, what have we got here? Lee Bellotti. Is it true that MFnL is Llama Farmer's long-lost brother? Who's Lee Bellotti? Who's that?
I don't know.
Lee Bellotti.
I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Well, they know Llama Farmer. They know Ben as well.
Yeah, it'd be all right if Ben was my long-lost brother. That'd be great, that. He's a great lad.
You're kind of alike-ish.
Yeah, no, I get that. Top lad Ben is.
Yeah, he's a
both bald, yeah. Obviously, I'm better looking than him.
Obviously. Kappa Sportas 1, he just says MFnL. I love it. I love how MFnL, I love
Mark from
that is
near Leeds.
Yeah, MFAnaL. I love how that is picked up. Right, that's all the Instagram ones, and we have 2 across on Facebook. First one, Paul Simpson. Good evening, folks. I'm a good friend of Michael Heaton, so when we go off exploring trails around North Yorkshire, we always have a cake stop. Michael is on the wrong shift pattern, so what is your go-to cake on a ride out? Oh, cake comes after the pies. Love the brew times. Keep them long. You are looking after us truckers. Cheers, Simo. So, what's your go-to cake on a ride out?
I'd probably go for a vanilla slice.
Beige.
Why is it?
A vanilla slice.
Take the top off and then eat it. so you don't squash the custard out of it.
Oh, you mean a custard slice? Is that what you mean? A custard slice?
It's called a vanilla slice.
Oh,
or a carrot cake. I like a carrot cake.
God, you're beige, aren't you? Beige.
What about you?
I bet you like turkey Twizzlers as well, don't you?
No.
I like a beige dinner. Peas. No. Give me some peas with it. Ooh, lovely.
What do you think I am, John Major or something?
No, my wife loves peas. Whenever I say, what do you want with dinner? She's like, oh, peas. I like peas.
I like peas. Petit pois. She's got good taste.
Gosh.
Yeah.
My go-to cake. I'm a big fan of cinnamon. I like cinnamon.
Why did I ask what your go-to cake is?
Why?
It's every cake in it, Bruce.
All right, Steve, fucking cram. There's nothing worse than a reformed fatty. Jesus. Yeah, I like anything with cinnamon in it. Cinnamon.
Seaman. You like seaman in it, do you?
I like banoffee pie.
I like banoffee pie, to be fair.
To be fair, there's very few cakes I wouldn't eat, to be honest. I love a flapjack.
But banoffee, I like flapjack as well. Chocolate, half and half. Chocolate, half and half.
Anything chocolate. Yeah, no problem. Put it in front of me and I'll eat it, Simo. I don't really care.
Hence, we've noticed.
20 and a half stone. I can't wait to knock you out on the next clan, mate.
Yeah, you won't catch me, big boy.
I will on a bike. Cesare Pikulski. My question to both. Mark is going to attend the next Little Big Adventure. Which 125cc bike would you select for another LBA and where would you go? Little Big Adventure. It took me a while to figure that out. Okay, 125cc. What would you go for?
Monkey bike.
Monkey.
Mm-hmm. Let's see you on a monkey bike.
Well, I've ridden 125s. It's not much difference.
Yeah. No, I think a monkey bike. I think a Sam Vincent heavily modified monkey bike might be pretty cool.
And where are we going?
Anywhere. Because I'd get there before you anyway.
It's physics. You would. Depends.
I know physics, you see.
Depends how long the ride is.
Yeah, I suppose you've got a fair amount of endurance, haven't you? Fucking bloody minded, that's why.
And eventually you'll need to stop. And when you stop and you part ways with your bike whilst you go and do what nature requires, things can happen to your bike. That might slow you down. Okay. Top gear rules, brother. Top gear rules.
Yeah, where we're going then?
I want to do the Mongol Rally.
Okay.
That's what I want to do. Do you know what the Mongol Rally is?
No, I don't. Is it in Mongolia by any chance?
It ends up in Mongolia, yes.
All right.
So it's like, have you heard of the Cannonball? Have you heard of the Cannonball Run? Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a bit like that. It's a big rally where the bikes are limited to 125cc or below. The cars are limited to 1 litre, or below. I think you're limited to no more than 500 quid to spend on your vehicle. I think I could have made that up. But they tell you last minute where the start point is. You all have to make your way to the start point and then tell you what the end point is. So it's generally somewhere in Mongolia, normally like Ulaanbaatar, the capital. So you don't know where it's going to start. You're told where it's going to finish. Last minute, you get told the start point and then off you go. That's it. There's just up to you. Off you go. You figure out the route.
You have no idea what country you're going to be in?
What, for the start point?
Yeah.
No. They tell you like last minute, like, okay, it might not be like tomorrow's the start date. It might be like next week is the start date. Boom, here's the start point. Off you go. So you all go, you get to the start point. They have a bit of, I think they do like a big party type thing like Cannonball. And then everyone just leaves the start point. And it's up to you. There's no route. You just figure out your own route and get there. And you have to be at that end point by a set date. So you could get there in a week, but you could take 8 months. Well, whatever the, do you know what I mean? Whatever the maximum length of time is, you have to be there by this date, whatever that is. But I just really fancy that.
Sounds great.
I just really fancy it. Doing like all the stands, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, all these. Just do that and just figure your way there. I'd love to do that.
I think that'd be amazing to do that.
On a little 125cc bike. I think that'd be
that part of the world. You know what I mean? That would be something else. That.
I had a young couple on here, Paul and Holly, and they were called. I've not seen them on socials in a long time actually, but they were called Riding from Reality. And Holly just passed her bike test to do it. I think she only passed her Mod 1 or whatever it was, or like her A2 or whatever it was. But they got bikes from Sinnis. Sinnis gave them both little 125cc terrain bikes, and they entered them in this Mongol rally and did it. The pair of them did the Mongol rally. It's a great story.
All right, brilliant.
Yeah, it's meant.
What's the entry fee for that then?
It's not much. You're not talking thousands and thousands of pounds. It's not a lot. I mean, the Cannonball's only something like $2,500, I think, to do the Cannonball, and they are in 4 or 5 star hotels that they're staying in. So it's
all right.
Yeah, I wanted to do Cannonball next year actually, but I can't do it.
So do you have checkpoints to get to, or do you just have the end destination then?
I'm not what for the Mongol.
Yeah.
I don't think there is checkpoints along the way. It's just a start point and end point, and that's it. The Cannonball there is. There's each night, each day there's checkpoints for the Cannonball. But for the Mongol, I think it's just start and end points. That's it. Figure out your own way. I think. There's a website for it, Mongol Rally. Check it out.
I'm gonna check that out.
Maybe that's worth. Oh. Wonder when that's going to be. Oh. Well, that's not going to be over the winter, is it? Because, that's going to be during the summertime.
Well, yeah, but it's going to be hot.
I like these podcasts, Mark, because these things ignite little fires for me. And I'm like, okay. I've spoke about Mongol before, actually, but I've not actioned it yet. I'm going to have to action that at some point. Have you not?
Not massively heard of it, no.
Yeah. What would I do it on though? For me, you're going to do it on a monkey bike. What am I going to do it on? A 125. What is the most impractical 125?
Marauder. Suzuki Marauder.
Suzuki Marauder.
Suzuki Marauder 125. Like a cruiser, isn't it?
No.
I could see you with
I know it.
Piss pot helmet, the dickhead goggles. You'd look amazing in them. You'd be wearing jeans, chaps, and you'd be wearing a leather jacket with frills, tassels on it, and it'd be pissing it down. It'd be cold. It'd be everything, and you wouldn't give a shit because you don't feel.
This sounds like one of your little fantasies. This, me and chaps with tassel jackets. This is a little dark fantasy of you.
And there'd be miniature dildos and whatnot hanging off at the bottom of them, and all sorts of stuff.
Let's rewind a bit. Why do you have a miniature dildo there in front of you? Why? I'd say it's more life size for you.
I tell you what, you won't like it as a wart on the end of your nose, I tell thee. You gave me
you say that to all the girls.
Mr. Smart. You gave me that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You gave me that in Isle of Man.
I don't know what you mean.
I think it goes on end of a pen. I think it goes on end of a pencil.
I know what bike I'm going to do it on, Mark.
Go on.
Jigsaw 125. Got to be done, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go.
And you all you're doing is taking your phone and your passport with you, and that's it, nothing else. And you're doing it naked as well, aren't you?
I'm a drone.
And you're doing it naked as well.
No, but I do it in leathers. I do it in leathers.
But you can't get in those old leathers, can you?
Mate, you couldn't get in those leathers. I'll tell you that right now.
Have they shrunk up?
I swear they've shrunk. Yeah, I swear they have.
I don't even want to go nowhere near them because you've bathed and shit yourself in them, so forget them.
You really don't want to get in those leathers. Wow.
You shit yourself that hard that you're bleeding, it's all the way up your neck.
That interests me. That 125, Jigsaw 125 Mongol Rally. Ooh.
Just imagine if you could get 44 Teeth's 125 that they had, because they had the Jigsaw 125, didn't they, that they put on for the racing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Fagan was racing it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Oh. I'm going to have to look at that.
He might donate it to you.
No.
If he's still got it or not.
I know. I'm like, I'll want to sort all that myself. I know I would. I've got to cycle around the UK first. That has to happen first at some point. Right. Okay.
You know what I'd do if you were cycling around the UK? I'd come past and boot you off your bike.
That sums up what sort of man you are.
You know what I'd do?
MarkAnal.
I'd come and I'd go to boot you off a bike, and you're that rock solid that I'd bounce off you and I'd crash.
That warms my heart.
I know, yeah.
Right. Mark from near Leeds. That's the last question. We have been going, I'm trying to work this out, almost 5 hours.
Cool.
Give or take.
I'm happy about that.
You're faffing about at the start. Which was probably a good hour. Good hour.
It wasn't a good hour. It took about 5 minutes for Router to reboot the stupid thing.
Mate, we've gone through all questions, I think. We have. We've gone through all questions across 3 platforms. Is there anything that you want to chat about that we've not chatted about?
Yeah, but we'll do it for another day.
No, let's go. Tell me.
No, there's not. There's not. I feel totally fulfilled right now.
I feel a bit pissed. That one
Dear.
half a tumbler of whiskey's gone right to my head. Yeah.
Where's show me the bottle.
Pardon me. I've got whiskey burps now.
What's left in the bottle?
Oh,
you haven't had much?
No, just
that's
took
not
a
right
bit off the neck. It's about an inch off the neck, that's it. Yeah. But I have had a big bottle of beer and a can of Brewdog.
Yeah. You've done well. You've done well. I've had a full thingy of chocolate milk.
You bat bastard. Anyway. Mate,
superstar.
Pleasure as always. Like I said, this went a lot more sensible and a lot deeper than I thought it was going to.
I'm a deep guy, mate. I've been topping up on Sean Ryan. I like to get it. I like to get in deep, Bruce. You know that.
I'm not going there.
Well, I'll tell you what we could do. We could do like like part 2 can be just me abusing you and you abusing me and just talking total little bollocks.
I think I could probably make you cry.
I don't think you could. I thought I was going to cry earlier, but
when?
I don't know. Just talking about my family. You know what I mean?
There we go.
So yeah.
I'm not going to go there. Full Glaswegian was going to come out, but I'm not going to do it. I'm a nice guy.
You're not Glaswegian though, are you?
No, but I spent some time there. I spent time there. I don't know what's worse.
Why the hell you live in the southeast, mate? I have no idea.
Work.
Stuff work. You work remote now, so you can go back to your motherland.
Yeah, now I do, but my wife still works in the Met.
Yeah, she can do that remotely though. She can do that remotely, can't she?
No.
Does she have to go into work?
Yeah.
Right. No, bollocks. That's rubbish.
She works from home a couple of days a week, but the rest of the time she has to be in. But she's still a full-fledged firearms officer. So if they need you, you've got to get in. You've got to go in. So.
Right, bloody hell! I didn't know she were a firearms officer.
Yeah, same as me. She's same as me. Yeah. She's diplomatic protection, as I used to be. Right. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Anyway, this is very compelling listening and watching for everybody. Sorry, folks. Dude, before I call it quits, any plugs you want to give? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out my Divider page, please.
Yes.
The Top Box Divider Man. On all my socials, it's on Instagram and Facebook. And also, if you're in the market, down below, and if you're in the market for sticker boards to go in your garage, and they're good enough to go on your study wall or anything like that.
What about things like this?
Yes, things like that as well.
What do you call this?
A garage plaque, garage art.
Like it.
You know what I mean?
Heard it here first.
Yeah. So... Where
did they go for that? Where did they go for that, Mark? Come on.
Through my socials, Mark from Leeds on Instagram, Facebook, and either through the Divider page, either or across the thing now, across Webbit.
Just contact him. Just contact him. Links down below.
Me. Yeah.
And what about your YouTube?
Yeah, my YouTube, Mark from Leeds. I forgot about that. That's not important. That don't pay the bills. That
Yet.
Yeah. Well, one day, maybe one day. Yeah. So
What else you're
let's.
going to say something before I interrupted?
I don't know. Let's try and do a collab. Let's try and do a collab video together.
Okay.
If we can try and fit it in.
Okay. Come up with an interesting idea and let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah. Riding naked across.
Why do you always want me naked? Why?
Riding naked across the southeast. I want to embarrass you on every level. That's why.
You won't embarrass me. I have been naked in public so many times. It does not bother
I'll tell
me
you what, I would
in
not,
the slightest.
I would. That's the one thing I would not do. I can't
Why?
even pee outside of somebody in toilets.
Mate,
urinal.
We're
I just.
all...
I find it so uncomfortable. I find it very intrusive. I like to pee on in private.
It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Just doesn't bother me. I don't care. I've got a small winky. I don't care. I just don't care.
It just doesn't. It doesn't fly for me. It's just one of those things that
I'm fat, not
shy
bothered.
bladder. Yeah, get shy bladder.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I can pee in public at the drop of a hat, but in my old rugby days, Jesus Christ, we got naked all over the option. All over the option.
Yeah. No, it's never flown for me, that.
Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Right, dude, pleasure. Absolute pleasure chatting with you. Much more sensible and deep than I thought it was going to be. And enjoyed it.
Cheers, mate. It's been brilliant. Thank you.
My pleasure, mate. My pleasure.
Big love, mate. Big love.
Bugger off with all that pish. Folks, hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have enjoyed it and you want to find out more about MarkAnal, Mark from near Leeds, then head to his YouTube channel or check out his socials. Links are all down below. Give him a like, a follow, a subscribe, all that jazz. And obviously, if you fancy some top box dividers or any of these wall art, sticker boards, anything like that, drop him a line, send him a DM and see what he can do for you. Right, folks, hope you've enjoyed this one. Keep doing your thing. Get out there whenever you can. Look after those that you love, but most importantly,
live your life. Woo-ha. Thank you, everybody. Love you all.
Top man. Let me stop that.